Hello, group number one, and welcome. Let's see what channeled messages your person has for you today. So we're going to start off with the energy check as usual. I don't know why this is always my favorite part of the reading, but guys, I need to get really, really clear with you on something. You watching are going to be the left side, all right? Your person that we are tuning into is going to be the right-hand side. If you feel like you really resonate with the right-hand side, that means that you and your person are really mirroring each other and in a very similar mind and headspace, okay? This is not going to be a reading where you feel like you're on the right-hand side, they're on the left-hand side, like no. And if you really, really, truly feel like you are the right-hand person and they are the left-hand person, you may want to go back and select another group or just acknowledge that you guys are really, really mirroring each other, okay? So let's dive into it. We're going to start with your energy in this connection. You are being represented by the spider. I don't know why I'm seeing you really wanted to make this work with the person that you're asking about, and you sort of are the type of person who's very creative, and you sort of spun this web of, you know, the future of what your life could look like with this person. You got excited about it, but you may have felt like you were kind of caught up in a web of, I don't know why I want to say a web of lies, or a web of misinformation, misunderstanding. Some of you may have been misled, it feels like, by your own fantasies and your own emotions. And you may be the type of person, and I'm not trying to call you guys out right now, I'm sorry, this sounds so harsh. It's not as harsh as, you know, I'm trying to make it sound, or I'm not trying to make it, whatever. I can't talk today. Where was I going with that? I feel like you really let yourself fantasize about this connection and imagined a future with this person and got really caught up in that. There's a wisdom here that the spider is the only thing, the only being who does not get caught up and stuck in their webs. You know, they can easily navigate these webs. It's everything else that gets stuck in it, okay? The spider is a tremendously helpful spirit, especially to anyone who practices witchcraft, law of attraction, or, you know, dives in between worlds, in between the spiritual world and the physical world. So it's a lovely spirit to represent you. I just get this feeling that you were really excited about this connection, where it could go. It felt very magical. There was probably a spiritual element to it, feeling like this person was your soulmate, your twin flame, your something. And it may have gotten overwhelming. There may have been some confusion, is what I'm seeing. Let's see what they're being represented by. Oh, they're represented by the tiger. Yeah, for sure. This was a deeply spiritual connection. I would not be surprised if the both of you share spiritual beliefs, or even like if you're religious, you may share religious beliefs. And this may be someone who you felt like you could really talk to about that, and like you really understood each other. And now if this doesn't resonate at all, you might need to go select another group, because I feel this connection really deeply. Like there, or if it's not spirituality, it's something else. You have some sort of shared experience that you were able to talk to with this person, and you may have very few people in your life who you could talk to about that. Does that make sense? For example, I read tarot. I talk to spirits. It is very rare for me to run into someone who also talks to spirits or reads tarot. It's just one of those things that isn't super common. So that's an example of this energy. There may be something that you were able to relate with when it came to this person, and you were able to have very detailed, in-depth conversations about it. You felt like it was a soulmate connection. The tiger spirit also works very heavily with people who are spiritually connected. Another thing I see with the tiger spirit, and this is fire energy, by the way, and the spider is earth energy. So they may be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They don't have to be, though. They could have strong placements in that. I'm seeing that they have an ambition, some sort of overall life goal. They could be a creative. They could be a business owner. They could be working towards a degree or something. It's very ambitious energy. The tiger spirit really shows up for people who are trying to navigate their own life. Like I see tiger spirits working so often with business owners, for example, or entrepreneurs, or artists, musicians, people like that who are really trying to carve their own unique brand into this world. Tiger spirit really shows up strongly for folks who have these ambitions. So, and it did come out like in reverse when we first flipped it over. This was in reverse. Yours was upright. So I feel that this person may have allowed their ambitions, whatever it is that they're working on, to be the excuse as to why they can't pursue something further with you. Now, this is all coming up super intuitively. There is no cards here that suggest, and I haven't seen any of these cards, by the way. There's no cards here that suggests that this hasn't worked out. Okay, I am just really picking up on that with my own psychic intuition. That your person may have told you, like, listen, I want to go deeper with you. I want a relationship with you. I want to commit to you. I want this. I want that. However, I am just really busy trying to, find a job or make my way in the world or focus on career right now, or, I'm trying to cultivate my own independence. The tiger spirit is extremely independent and self-sufficient. A tiger can live on its own. It could survive completely fine on its own. And so the tiger spirit really connects with people, like I said, who's trying to make their own way in the world. This is not someone who is trying to make it big in the corporate world, working for other people. And they may have a corporate job, they may work for other people, but that is not their overall goal in life. I see that very strongly. And, they may have rejected this connection because they fear that in getting caught up in your web of love and creativity. And here's the interesting thing. You both strike me as very creative people. The spider spirit really connects with creative people. Like, you are probably very successful in your own right, in your own realm, in your own niche, in your own whatever the heck you got going on in life. Even if you do have a typical corporate job or something of the nature, there's like something about you that is extremely creative, and you've already built quite an independent life for yourself. Spiders are another example of independent creatures. And so I feel that you feel like it was almost like an excuse for them to say, I want to cultivate my own independence. I can't, be with you, because they were fearing that you would take away their independence. And that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because you are an independent soul. Even if you have people you see and talk to every day, even if you literally, are in a partnership already, even if you are totally not alone in life, like you have a substantial support system, it's your spirit, it's your energy that is actually quite independent, because you are the type of person who does not follow what the collective does, or you're non-conformal. That's not a word. Not non-conformative. What is that word? You do not conform. You do not conform. You know, your whole life you've been like this. And even when surrounded by people, even when in partnerships, even when your life is interdependent upon your community or partners or whatever, you still manage to cultivate this independence for yourself. And even if everyone in your life were to die suddenly, what a dark way to put that. Even if you were to suddenly lose everything, you'd still stand on your own 2 feet. You'd still make it through. You're a survivor, okay? So you know what it means to be independent and interdependent upon the people around you, which is extremely healthy. That is like what you should be striving for. The ability to stand on your own 2 feet, but also, you know, be interdependent upon a community. Because when you have a community, you're able to build so much more. This person that you're connecting with, I am seeing, they want to build an empire of their own. But right now, in this chapter of their life, they are under the delusion, and it is a delusion because this is not correct at all, that they need to build that by themselves before they really integrate people into their community at like a deep partnership soul level, you know? And that is just such a backwards way of thinking. And it's something that they're going to have to realize on their own. And I think you're starting to recognize that. It's like, you know what? I can't sit here and convince them that the way they're approaching life is not healthy or wrong. That is just something that they are going to have to figure out on their own. Wow, that was a lot from these two animals. That all came through very intuitively. And you know what, group number one, I feel like there's an energy about you. It's kind of funny. I feel like you've been in your person's shoes before. You may have experienced this period of hyper independence on your own, you know, trying so heavily to rely on your own, and you realized the importance of community. Even if you are building your own business or your own career or something that is literally completely on your own, okay, completely unique to you, it is still very important to have a community of people to help you out. You know, Rome was not built by one person, okay? And even if there's only one carpenter, for example, in all of Rome, that carpenter received so much help and support from their family, their friends, the people around them. You know, they weren't the only ones working in life to build a dream. So even if your dream is a solo activity, such as, you know, a soul business, for example, it still is important for you to have that community. You've learned that already, though. This person has not learned that. And so, yeah, I just feel like they may have pushed you away, rejected you in some way. And that was their excuse, which makes absolutely no sense. And there's just this air about you having already been where they are, but they're convinced that you don't understand them. They're convinced. And I think there's a little bit of ego to this person as well, that they're also going to have to get over. They're going to have to go through an ego death. I think they underestimate you. And I feel that in the future, they're going to realize that that was a huge mistake. We have exactly co-create coming out for you. Exactly. And we have the owl spirit and the jaguar or cheetah spirit. I'm not sure exactly which animal that is. So these may be two of your spirit guides that come out a lot for you. I'm also seeing this tiger may be a spirit guide of yours as well. So just pay attention to the animals in here. They may resonate with you. And this is what you wanted in this connection, to co-create. You know, you didn't want to take away this person's freedoms. You did not want to take away their independence. And in fact, like it was never your intention to have them sacrifice their dreams or give so much to you that they neglect themselves. Like you would actually hate that. You would feel suffocated by that, okay? And for some reason, they just got this idea in their head that that's what it would be like. And you're like, no, weirdo. Like I'm focused on my own dream here as the spider. You are creating your own beautiful life for yourself. And you clearly see that they're creating their own beautiful life for themselves. So in your mind, you were like, let's create our lives separately, but together. You know, let's co-create. Let's be a part of each other's community. Let's, you know, work together and be there for each other. And when you use the word commitment, you mean let's commit to always being there for each other. You know, you don't mean anything big and deep and serious and brooding. I actually feel like the person that you're dealing with may be a little bit commitment phobic or have an avoidant attachment style at this moment in time. And they're sort of, it's funny because they're viewing commitment in such a grandiose light. They're like, oh my gosh, like that's just so much. And, you know, I'm going to lose my independence. You're more casual about it. You're like, when I say commitment, I just mean like, you know, let's just be stable for each other. Let's just be there for each other, you know, as we go about our own individual lives, like, and let's create something beautiful together. It's like in a relationship, there is three entities. There is person A, there is person B, and then there is the energy of the shared relationship. Okay. All you wanted was to create that third, you know, entity amongst you two, and be there for each other. It wasn't anything big that you were asking for. You're not needy, group number one. I feel very guided to say that you are not needy. And in fact, I feel like your person may be projecting a lot onto you, projecting their own fears onto you. And they may have even told you, like, I just can't give you what you want. Like, you just need too much, like, or you're asking for too much. And the thing is, they're projecting that because they are viewing commitment or the relationship that you were asking for in such a severe, like, huge way. And you're like, man, I was just looking for stability. Like, I was just like, what are you talking about? So that's what I'm seeing with them. We have never ending story. Oh my gosh. And look at this. We see someone who looks a little bit in misery, I'm not gonna lie. And they have a mirror next to them, which shows, like, I don't know why this image, when I'm doing this reading, shows me that they're by themselves. You know, they got what they wanted. They're by themselves. All they have is themselves trying to build this huge dream of theirs. And they're sitting on an hourglass, meaning they're really feeling the passing of time. And if we look very, very closely on this card, it has this sort of thing that says, yes, love, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. So I really just intuitively feel that this person is really weighing what they said to you, what they did, the choice that they made. It's weighing so heavily on their heart, on their mind, and like sand pouring through an hourglass, they feel your energy slipping away from them. They feel the opportunity slipping away from them, but they're the ones that pushed you away. And I feel that, group number one, you're in a very healthy place mentally. And you may be like, you know what, there's nothing else I could do here. You know, I put my heart out there. I wanted to co-create with this person. There's really nothing else I can do, is there? And I feel like you're sort of detangling the mess that this situation is. And I'm literally getting an image of someone like detangling their hair, like brushing it out, washing their face, and like, you know, getting rid of the day, getting rid of this energy. So you're doing some like deep energy cleansing at this time, whether you realize it or not. Which is interesting because this has been like a vision that's been coming up for me a lot recently. I keep getting these visions of like when someone exits your life and you're mourning the loss of that person, and not by death. I mean through means of like breakup or, you know, some nasty separation. It's hard at first. It's hard not to, you know, communicate with this person. But Spirit has been giving me these images of like when you literally clean your house, you're cleaning away the dust. And that dust is comprised of, you know, their skin cells, if they were in your house, you know, that's literally physically some of their energy, and you're cleaning it away. Or it reminds me of that Lizzo song where she's like, I don't remember the exact lyrics, like she's getting her hair pressed. And she's like, get you out of my hair. That's from Truth Hurts. I can't remember the lyric now. She's basically saying, I'm getting my hair done again to get your energy out of it, which is so telling. And have you ever noticed when people get into breakups, so many people like change their actual literal hairstyle? And I feel like there is a reason for that. You know, it's to like get rid of the physical parts of them that connected with the other person. So I feel like just as time goes on, you're sort of doing that without even realizing it. And, you know, you're essentially what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way is you're moving on. All right, your energy is community. Oh my gosh. Literally, this is what we were picking up on. Like you have found that healthy balance between independence and community, independence and relying on multiple people. Another thing I want to say, group number one, don't let anyone convince you that you're lonely when you're not lonely. Okay, people may accuse you of like not having that many friends, or I don't know, just like overly relying off romantic partnerships, and I do not think that's the case at all. So if this person tried convincing you of that, like that's not the case. Like it feels to me like you've actually created quite a balanced and beautiful life for yourself. And, you know, for example, you may be someone who works a lot or has a lot of like independent solo hobbies, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like you enjoy that alone time. That does not make you lonely. That does not make you a loner. That does not mean you need to go out and fill your time up just constantly being around people. You know what I mean? Like you enjoy your time, and there's a nice, beautiful balance here. And let's just say you don't even have like a ton of friends. You know, you might see your family every week. You might hang out with your neighbor every week. You may have a person that you go, I don't know, like work out or go out to eat with, you know, every week. Or you may have some long distance friends who you have phone calls with regularly. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have to have this stereotypical like large group of friends who you see like every day. And in fact, I don't think that would serve you anyways because you have your own personal ambitions, hobbies, creativity, you know, things that you like working on. And it's almost like if you did have more friends or more of that stereotypical energy, like you would be very unbalanced. So if this person has tried to convince you that you're the one that needs, more independence or more friends or something, like, they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Okay, so let me just put that out there. I also see you know what it is? I feel like you knew your self-worth in this situation. And it's like, okay, you know what? Like, I put myself out there. I wanted you to be a part of my community. I wanted to co-create our realities together because, we are very similar in terms of like independence and creativity. And you're both quite ambitious is what I'm feeling. And you really wanted this person to be a bigger part of your life. And they rejected that very gracefully, might I add. Like, they may have told you how much you do mean to them and how much they really do love you. And that is all correct. I do feel that, they really do want to be with you. They just won't allow themselves to sort of admit that, to themselves. They have this twisted notion that by being in a relationship or committed or, deeper into your life, that everything they're working on individually will just dissipate. And that is so untrue. I have this intuitive feeling that this person may have been an overgiver in the past. Okay, they may have given so much in past relationships and loved so fiercely, so deeply that they did lose a part of themselves in searching for that person's affection. Even if it's not a romantic relationship, this could be with their own family, their own parents. They tried to do everything to win their approval, their attention, everything. And it took them now they're sort of like overcorrecting that and going in the opposite direction where they are becoming hyper independent. Ooh, you know what? Actually, I'm seeing group number 1, you guys may be oppositely mirroring each other. So for example, you growing up, and I just saw 222, so I know we're on something. You growing up may have had to be very fiercely independent. You may have come from a neglectful household or had some issues there, or some of you may have been bullied, or you just had a lot of alone time on your hands growing up as a child, okay? Which has turned you into this creative, imaginative individual. So it all worked out for a reason, You learned as a child to really enjoy your alone time, essentially. However, as you went into adulthood, or recently, like in the past, I want to say like 5 to 10 years or so, you may have overcorrected for that childhood or that upbringing and gone in the opposite direction where you were so hyper-focused on friendships, on creating your own little family, whether you have it or not, on romantic relationships and really chasing the highs of love, So you may have overcorrected in that direction. Now, this person is directly mirroring you, and they were the opposite, where growing up, they always were surrounded by people and community and had that loving energy, but, they may have really conformed or, been around people who, overly advocated them to go in a certain direction, people who cared too much. And, they had a hard time learning how to listen to their own intuition, learning how to seek their own self-approval and all of that. And they, simultaneous in timing to you, while you were searching for community, family, that sense of belonging, they were searching for independence and being on their own. So you both were overcorrecting opposite issues at the same exact time is what I'm seeing here. And the universe brought you together to create this beautiful balance. Now, what I'm seeing here is that you are finding a beautiful balance. You probably you're at not the tail end, but the tail beginning. Is there like a word for that? You're at the beginning stages of living this balance. Okay, so you are balanced now. I feel that strongly. But it's like a new chapter of being balanced, and you may have felt this huge karmic shift recently. And I want to say within the past few weeks, okay, maybe months, but it feels like weeks, you felt this karmic shift within you of being balanced in that regard, and having a beautiful high self-esteem. And you're no longer chasing love, chasing that community, which is what gave you the strength and power to walk away from this person when they rejected you, when they said, oh, well, I don't want to blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So you are perfectly harmonized and balanced. Now, you and this person feel like you have known each other in between lifetimes, and in the higher realms before you were both born. I feel like you both agreed to meet up at this point in your life to sort of go through this threshold of being balanced again, marking the end of that karma of, having no community to focusing too much on it and, the opposite for them. And you have achieved that balance. They have not. And so when they kind of like rejected you and pushed you away, it put them into this suffering that they're in now, because it does not feel right. It's like, no, I should have, did I make the right choice? Like I should have done something differently. And they really feel your energy moving on, being happy without them. You know, even if you're mourning the loss of them or are still sad about this lack of connection, this lack of reciprocation, whatever, like you knew your worth, and you didn't fight for someone who's not fighting for you. And I just saw 333 on the clock. Confirmation. Okay. The number 3 talks about creativity and moving onwards in life, expanding outwards. Okay. They feel that and it feels off to them. They're like, let's see. Their energy is journey in reverse. Interesting. I wonder if you guys are at a distance from each other, like physically, or this could even just be like, you're not speaking right now. You're a bit at like an emotional distance or physical distance, it feels like. And they're contemplating literally, you know, do I bridge that gap? Like notice how on the journey card, she's literally on a bridge. I feel like they're like, do I bridge the gap again or what? So this person's energy feels very confused on what to do. Your emotional energies with Mama Moon is disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. Exactly. I feel like right now you're in this place of just giving this person space, giving yourself space away from this person, because again, it's like, you know, I put my love on the table. You kind of rejected it. There's nothing left for me to do. And you're taking time to really just enjoy life. Connect with the people who want to connect with you. I feel like that's the perspective you're in as well. It's like, you know what you have to offer, which is a lot, you know, and you don't want to offer that to people who are rejecting it. You know, it's just not your vibe anymore. It may have been your vibe when you were overcorrecting your childhood and, you know, the energies you've been through. But you're giving this person and this relationship some space right now, because, I mean, what else is there for you to do? You'd rather spend your time, your energy, your efforts on the people, the community who are there for you consistently, who want to be there for you consistently. And you'd rather work with people and co-create with people who want you and who proclaim that they want you, not people who are like, oh, I want you, but, you know, it's just not the same. And of course, they have the full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Yeah, I feel like there's an ego about this person. And you know what? This is just one of those situations that they're going to have to figure out on their own. They're going to have to learn on their own. This ego that you feel from them, I think it is a mask that protects them from how they used to overgive in the past, okay, to their community. Like we said, you know, they grew up probably surrounded by people constantly. And they just gave so much to everyone around them. And they may have literally come from a sort of collectivist culture, which means, for those of you who are unfamiliar, a collectivist culture is a culture where you're encouraged to sort of work as a team and do favors for people, and everyone helps everyone out. Whereas an individualistic culture is one where you sort of feel embarrassed to ask for help, and everyone's, you know, for the most part, like, you would try to figure something out on your own first before reaching out, asking for help from people. A lot of Western cultures are individualistic. A lot of Eastern cultures are collectivist. Now, it doesn't mean that you guys are from different parts of the world, although you very much could be. You can find different nuances even within the same sort of cultures. For example, you may be quite individualistic, and this person may come from a religion or a community that was very collectivist. I don't know. I'm seeing something like that. And they may be tying ego strongly to individuality and independence. And again, that ego seems to be protecting the part of them that doesn't want to overgive. Here's the thing. It's interesting. I know you're very balanced. You went through the same things, but at opposite times. And right now, I feel like you both have the same fear of overgiving to a connection. And that fear allowed you to have healthy boundaries. When this person like rejected you, you're like, okay, I'm not gonna fight for you. All right, go off, have fun. I'm not fighting for you. You know, I'm not gonna overgive to someone. I'm not gonna convince my worth to someone. Thank you very much. Which you should be proud of, because I feel like this may be one of the first times in your life you actually did that. Okay, because in the past, when you were overcorrecting for that individuality and focusing so much on community, I feel like you tolerated a lot in people, and you chased people quite a bit. No offense, but that's what I'm seeing. And with them, their original childhood or whatever, you know, they overgave a lot and they don't want to do that again. So this person is going to have to overcome their ego and get really humble to reach back out to you if they are going to reach back out to you. But let's see what channeled messages they have. That was just the beginning, guys. We're 30 minutes in and didn't even get started. Okay, so now we are going to get their channeled messages directly to you. So if they were completely honest with where they're at, what they want, what their feelings are towards you, what would it be? And I selected a rune to get us started, and Sowilu came out. This is the sun rune. One of the happiest, most positive runes out of all of them, okay? And this shows me, and I got a very clear message with this, a lot of you guys who selected group number 1 may be wondering if your person doesn't like you, because I feel like some of the last interactions you may have had with them, they may have been really in their ego, in their fear, and kind of coming across as like, I'm right, you're wrong type of energy. They may be a bit of a know-it-all is what I'm seeing here. And so you may be wondering, I don't know why, I just feel like so many of you are not talking to this person, or you're at a distance, or it's like more cold or something like that. Which, may or may not be true for all of you. So listen to your own, intuition with that. Take it if it resonates. But I feel like you may be wondering, like, does this person blame me for all of this? Are they just in this space of, they rejected you. And I'm seeing something so particular. I feel like they were taken aback by how you didn't fight for their attention, their appreciation, whatever. It feels like you wanted to co-create with them. You wanted something stable. You wanted something steady. And they argued with you, like, no, I just need to focus on me right now, my independence, working on my dreams, my goals. I can't give you what you want, blah, 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 blah. And group number 1, I feel like you're someone who can read the red flags. You can read the writing on the wall. You're not going to fight for that. Okay, I deserve to be with people who want to, be with me, who want to be stable with me. I'm not going to fight for it. So you may have been very much like, okay, that's totally fine. All right, perfectly good. I respect your boundaries. And you may have caught them off guard with your response. I almost feel like they were in their ego and they kind of wanted you to be like, oh, well, I'll settle. Like, we don't have to talk that often or blah, 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 blah. And you didn't do that. And that really took them by surprise. I feel like in the past, they may have been used to people doing that. And they may not be used to someone putting their foot down and having healthy boundaries either, which is very interesting. And so because of that and the energies of the last exchange, I'm not going to dive into the last time you talked to them in this reading, but I feel like you may be wondering, do they feel badly about me? Are they like in their ego, like sort of blaming me and talking to their friends like, oh, well, they're the reason, blah, blah, blah. The answer is no. Actually, no. If anything, they're kind of putting you on a pedestal and they really love you. They do. They were definitely not lying to you if they told you like, I love you. I want to be with you. They were not lying. That was not something that they were just saying to let you down easy. Like, no, they were being 100% for real. And it is their own fears, worries, and anxieties that, may be blocking this connection with you, which is crazy. Oh my God. Anyways, let's get some channeled messages from them to you now. This is what we're here for. This is what we play for. Okay. All right. Just a few at a time. Spirit, what is group number 1's person? Ooh, I love you conditionally. Yeah. Not unconditionally, conditionally. Under these conditions, I love you and I'll be in a relationship with you. I'll ascend, blah, blah, blah. And those conditions may not jive with you, okay? I share all of my feelings with you. Yeah, I think this person already told you how they feel. And like I said, they weren't lying. They do have these good feelings for you. Okay. Now, I want to warn you guys, this deck is very like half good, half bad. So let's just keep that in mind. I have financial or health issues that affect our connection. Okay, so this is what the excuse was that they were giving you. They were probably like, oh, I just need to focus on myself, my career. Like, I can't give you what you want. I keep coming back to that energy of them focusing on something else that is not your connection. And they're using that as an excuse as to not commit to you or be in a connection with you. And they're putting so much emphasis on commitment and relationship, like way more than you are. But then they're accusing you of like putting too much emphasis on like, what you guys are. And this may be like typical douchebag energy. No offense to this person. I don't think they're a bad person at all. Where it's like, why do we need to label this? Like, why can't we just, be what we are? Like, why do you care so much? And it's like, they're the one that's caring so much. You just want something stable, like a stable label to slap on this. So that way you don't have to be worrying about this and you can go back to living your independent life with this person, and they're looking at it from the opposite, like a more messed up lens. You both want the same thing. But in their eyes, they're like, oh, I want my independence. I want to keep focusing on me. Therefore, I cannot be in a relationship. And I don't know. You just have different ways of looking at it. I stay up late thinking about our connection. I saw that in this card. Literally, like, just look at that fairy. Just worrying, staying up with the mirror next to them. That, I don't know why. Usually mirrors are quite a positive sign. But in this image, I feel like it's negative, where it's like, okay, they're just on their own now, like they were before you. They are alone. They are on their own. And that silence is even more deafening with your absence. They worry, did I make the right choice here? Did I mess up? I need attention from guys/girls because I haven't cultivated self-love. There you go. There you go. Yeah. And here's the thing. I feel like your person is actually self-aware about this. It's just a feeling that I have. They're aware that this is not healthy, but it's, again, the way that they were brought up, the way that they were raised in like a sort of collective, in a group, just surrounded by people. They always learned how to get validation from others, and that could have gotten in the way of your connection quite a bit, where they were seeking your validation, your approval, which you may not have given them. You expect everyone to, and this is, again, healthy, be in control of their own self-esteem and their own, self-love, self-approval. You're not going to sit here and tell them like, oh yeah, you're so right every time they say something. This person comes off as a know-it-all. Just, I don't know, they have a complicated relationship with themselves. Okay, channeled messages from them to you. What do they want to say if they were completely honest about their feelings towards you, their thoughts towards you, how they're viewing this connection? Oh my gosh, all these cards just fell. Literally half of the deck just spilled onto the ground. I feel like this person has so many emotions and feelings towards you, so much that they want to spill out, but it's one of these situations where they're going to have to grow and evolve on their own. And I feel like your spirit guides are here, really here in this reading, and they're saying, listen, group number 1, we know that you wanted this to work really badly. We wanted this to work really badly because you guys are soulmates. Now, let me be clear here. You have many soulmates in life, okay? I'm not one of those the one people. I don't believe the one exists. You have a lot of soulmates. And which ones you connect with depends on your vibration and, where you're both at. And I feel like you agreed to meet this person in this lifetime. You met up and you were at a higher vibration than them. I'm just going to say it. Now, this does not make you better than them. This is not to fuel your ego. It's just literally you're at a healthier place in life, a healthier mindset than they are, and they are not able to sustain this connection. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice that was still flipped up. It says, I am not available. Anyways, your spirit guides are coming through in this reading and they're saying, listen, we want this to work out as much as you do. This person cannot match your vibration though. And if you were to connect with them right now, in the current state that they're in, it would not be good for your evolution, okay? This would be a connection where you'd be sacrificing a lot of your wants and needs in order to sustain the connection. And, we're done doing that, group number 1. You're done. You're done with connecting with people and getting nothing out of it. In the past, you may have constantly been in relationships and friendships where the other person, you felt like they got so much soul evolution and character development from being with you. You introduce them to new concepts, ideas, you help them heal, you help them grow. And you found that towards the end of your friendship or relationship, they have grown so much. And what have you gotten? Nothing. You've been in that scenario time and time again. It was a repeating karmic cycle in your life. And you have ended that cycle in the recent weeks, okay? And Spirit is saying, if you were to chase this connection, you would be the one holding it together. You would be the glue here because this person is trying to run from it, okay? Because they have their own problems. And if this connection were to happen right now, it would drain you. It would take you away from your dreams, your goals, what you're trying to do in life. And it would lift this person up. And your spirit guides are protecting you from that, which is why you're in separation from this person. It's why this did not work out. So your spirit guides are just coming through to say, like, listen, we wish it worked out as much as you wish it worked out. But this person simply cannot meet you where you're at right now energetically. And the reason that you were separated is so that they can go on their own healing journey. This is, it reminds me of growing up. I made a lot of interesting decisions. And I just got like a memory flash back into my mind of my mom saying, you know what, Laura, you're just gonna have to learn the hard way. I tried telling you, you don't listen to me. You're just gonna have to learn the hard way for yourself. And I'm seeing it's one of those situations where this person's shadow attributes, which they have not integrated and looked at, you acted as a mirror for that. And you were able to give this person the knowledge, the wisdom that they needed in order to heal from those shadows and integrate them and help them evolve. Like, you would have helped this person tremendously. You would have helped them succeed in their goals, grow as a person, and more, and you had that healing wisdom for them. But they met that healing wisdom with ego and them being a know-it-all and not really taking you seriously. And you may have felt that low key from them, that they did not, it's not that they didn't respect you. It's just like, they felt like they know it all. So they didn't take you as seriously as they should have. And Spirit's saying, it's just one of those situations where they're going to have to learn the hard way. You had the answers that they needed. They didn't want to listen. They're going to have to learn on their own now, which is why Spirit put you guys in separation, because you know what? You should not be a part of that journey. You deserve a reciprocated romance, a reciprocated partnership, friendship, whatever this person is to you. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sure. They're the ones losing out here. And, I'm thinking of like getting a kidney transplant. I don't know why, where it's the person receiving the kidney. And I don't know if this is true or not. I'm not a doctor, but this is just coming up in my mind. So the person receiving the kidney heals faster than the one losing the kidney because, they needed that kidney, and their body's going to welcome it, hopefully, integrate it. And it's like they're receiving something beneficial. So they'll heal faster than the person who is losing the kidney. Their organs are going to have to, reorganize themselves to figure out, like, to take on the loss. You know what I mean? I have no idea if that's how it works, by the way, but that's just what's coming to my mind as an example of this energy where it's like they're the ones losing here with this ending. You're not losing anything, group number one, because they didn't have really anything to offer you, other than their love, other than the good feelings, other than, the fact that you guys can connect on a lot, and their spirit, their soul, it's just so beautiful in your eyes, at least. But you're not really losing out by this not working out. They are losing out on a lot more. So they're like the ones that are losing the kidney in that sense. And you're not really, it's harder for them than it is for you. And I know that may be hard to believe because they're the ones that like let this go and rejected it based off their own fears and ego. But really, they're feeling the loss really heavily right now. And they're really like wondering, did I make the right choice here? I regret lying to you. Interesting. I wonder if this person did lie to you. Did this person lie to you? Are you aware of that? I regret lying to you. I feel like this is just coming off more generally as like, I regret them lying to themselves, really, about not needing this, about not wanting it. I feel like they were lying to themselves, and therefore, I guess you could say they were lying to you, but not in like a malicious way. Let's get one more card so it's nice and balanced, and then we'll move on to another deck. What is their true thoughts, feelings towards you? What channeled messages do they have? I know that I crossed the line with you. I think they're very consciously aware of the fact that, I don't know if they like led you on a little bit. It feels like they did. They were consciously aware at the time. Oh, here's the thing. How do I even put this? I feel like they were feigning ignorance when you tried to figure out what you guys were or like reach the next level. Like they may have been very much like, oh, like, what do you mean? Like commitment, what do you mean? You want more, like, what do you want? Like feigning that sort of ignorance. It's like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, And they did. This is confirmation. They did know exactly what you're talking about. And I feel like they, in the past, really enjoyed the benefits of your energy, of your presence, of your companionship. It really fed into their ego in a sense. And I honestly, this might sound bad, they weren't doing it maliciously, but I feel like they were using you and your love and your attention to fuel their ego and their self-esteem. And we saw that earlier. Oh wait, no, right here, yeah. I need attention from guys/girls because I haven't cultivated self-love. And they may have used you for that reason. However, And that's why the I love you conditionally came out, because it's impossible to love someone unconditionally if you can, like, and some of you are going to argue with me, but it is impossible to love someone unconditionally if you do not love yourself unconditionally. Straight up, okay? And you may argue like, no, I've loved plenty of people unconditionally, blah, 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 blah. Hear me out, guys. Not in a healthy way, if that was the case. And I feel like in the process of them sort of using you, not maliciously, to fuel their self-esteem, they actually fell in love with your soul and your spirit. Like, this might be a situation where when you guys first met, or when you first started this sort of messy situationship, I want to say, they did not have serious intentions, and they sort of viewed this as like a fun thing, like, you know, not consciously, they weren't consciously aware that they were doing this, but like using you for that reason of filling their self-esteem. And in the process of doing that, they actually genuinely fell in love with your soul and like really, really shared such a strong connection with you and felt that very strongly. And now they look back at how they treated you, or at least even if they were treating you okay, they look back at their own mindset, you know, when they were just sort of using you, I guess you could say, and they're disgusted by that. Like, they're disgusted with their mindset earlier on. They feel like they crossed the line with you. They feel like they continuously tried to push your boundaries and keep you in a situation or a situationship where you were giving them all of the benefits of your love, your companionship, your friendship, your attention, and they could just come and go as they pleased and not promise you that same energy back. And they're starting to realize how unbalanced and messed up that was. Like, so we do see some growth coming from them. Again, your spirit guides are really saying like, this is not a situation to fight for though. Like, I wonder if they're going to come back to you. Let's get the Lover's Oracle. And I always shuffle this without looking at the deck. You can't see my face, but I'm not looking at it because all the cards look different. So we're just going to see what either comes out. Okay. 2 cards came out. This is the first one. Beautiful. I love the artwork in this deck. It says, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Oh my gosh. I just felt like literally right now, at the time that you're watching this, they are thinking about you right now. So I don't know what they're doing, but they're thinking about you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Yeah, they fell in love with you in this whole complicated mess. They really, really did. And even if we look at how beautiful and radiant this woman on this card is, I feel like this is sort of, even if you're a man, this is sort of the image that they have of you in their mind as this radiant being, this divine being who stepped into their life. They almost don't even view you as human. They view you as this sort of goddess or angel or God or whatever the heck you identify as. A sort of divine, radiant being. I do wonder also if some of you literally look like this person. I don't know why that just came into my head. And they put you on a pedestal now. It's one of those situations where it's like the more they don't hear from you and don't have access to that love that you were giving them, that attention that you were giving them, they're feeling the absence of it. It's one of those things where it's like you don't know what you have until it's gone, honestly. Oh my gosh. And I just feel so much regret. This does not mean they're going to reach out to you, though. I want to clarify that. All right, we have this card, but we'll see. We'll get some more messages here. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. They're trying to move forward, I feel. I'm getting this image of them trying to focus on their own personal life and goals and, you know, all the reasons they rejected you. They're trying to do that, but they can't get their mind off of you. And now they're wondering, like, were you and your energy the distraction, or was love itself the distraction that they used as an excuse, you know, not to be with you? They may have felt like you would be a bad influence on them and distract them from what they're trying to do in life, but really it's love itself. And they're going to realize in time that love itself is the foundation of everything, and that is never going to go away. Even if you move on, they move on, they're going to fall in love again and again and again and again, because love is what permeates everything in this world. And if you embrace that and allow that love to create a beautiful community for you that's healthy, you know, with people who are healthy for you, you actually end up reaching your desires faster anyways. And that's something they did not realize yet. They do not have that wisdom. Whew, very interesting. Very interesting. They can't stop thinking about you. They're literally thinking about you right now. Okay. Moving on, channeled messages from your person. Sorry if this reading's too long, guys. Getting really into it. If they were completely open and honest and authentic with you about their feelings towards you right now, what would they say? What would they see? Okay. We'll take that one and we'll take that one. These are a lot of messages. Okay. This one came out first, I believe. King of Wands, which they do identify as a King of Wands person. Like, I feel that strongly for them. We had the fire energy with the tiger, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They don't have to be, but I am a free spirit. Of course, that would be the first one that comes out. I am a free spirit who has traveled the world and experienced many cultures. I am looking for someone like me with an open mind, integrity, and respect. So they respect differences. They're passionate and communicative. There could be some cultural differences between you two. Well-traveled, high standards. This person has high standards. You know, it's the funniest thing because they have high standards, but I feel like you exceeded all of those standards, but they tried to convince themselves that you didn't for some reason. And they may be like, oh, I'm just looking for another free spirit who's like me, and blah, and you are all of those things. But they just were in denial about it because it's not, they're just avoidant is what I'm coming to the conclusion. Strength is coming out. I want to work through our issues. I want to open up about our pasts. This relationship can improve with work. Patience and determination is needed. Commitment issues need to be addressed. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. The physical attraction masked problems in the beginning of this relationship. Yeah, we have 5 of Swords. Oh my gosh, yep. I can't handle the stress and conflicts. I'd rather just walk away than resolve it. Now, here's the thing, guys. I don't think you offer much in terms of stress and conflict. I feel like in order to be with you, they're going to have to meet you where you're at, which is quite a bit healthier than where they're at. And if they want to be with you, they're going to have to confront their shadows. And that is what they don't want to do. That is where they're being lazy. And they're associating them confronting their own shadows with this relationship being stressful. And those two are not the same, okay? They think they're walking away with their self-respect. This relationship is done. This isn't healthy. Verbal abuse. Yeah. This person's gonna have to learn the hard way. I don't know what else to tell you. We have the Emperor. I want to establish a future with you. Let's be loyal partners. See, this is confirming what I was picking up earlier, where they literally do want this. 100% they do, but they can't confront and address their own shadows. That's the issue. Yeah, husband material, daddy AF, establish partnerships, trustworthy, someone who has their ish together. See, that's what they think they're radiating, but they're really not. I'm sorry. We have the Queen of Pentacles. You're so adorable. I just want to nurture you and take care of you. They want to spoil you, very protective over you. They want to cook you food, provide snuggles, offer support. They think you're cute like a baby, and they want to nurture your soul and body. All right. It's like wanting is one thing though, and doing is another. And I feel like it's the doing that they're lacking. Page of Swords. I love our witty conversations. Conversation is so easy with you. They love talking to you. You guys probably can talk for hours. Long conversations, talking for hours effortlessly, similar sense of humor, healthy debates and discussions, sharp tongue. That may have been one of your things. You may have debated a lot. And again, that may have been one of the things that they used as an excuse to like not pursue this, but it's like that wasn't even unhealthy. It was just like us having like an intellectual back and forth. You know, I think this person is used to being with people who are a lot, this is going to sound so bad to say, like less intelligent than you or less highly evolved than you. And they finally like met someone who's like this on this like high vibrational level. They got what they wanted their whole life. They manifested what they wanted in their whole life, which is you, someone like you. And they were not prepared for it. You know, they fumbled it when they got it. They self-sabotaged this, is what I'm seeing. We have the Magician. Being in control is what makes me comfortable. Yeah, this is the issue, though. Be aware of the accidental manipulator. I think this person accidentally manipulated you in the past. I do see that for sure. Trying to receive all the benefits of your energy and not give anything. Know what you want and stand up for it. goal-getter, charismatic, ambitious, charming lover. This person will express what they want, but are unlikely to compromise. Exactly. They just want what they want, and they don't want to give you what you want. So, King of Pentacles, I'm happiest in a settled relationship, which is so funny. I want to protect you and provide for you. See, notice the back and forth here. They're saying they want all of these things, but again, it comes down to their ego not allowing them to have those things and not allowing them to compromise. It's like they want all of the benefits of a settled relationship and of your energy and your spirit and everything you have to offer, but they're going to need to humble themselves a lot to A, face their own shadows, which are preventing them from this, and B, they're going to have to learn how to compromise and learn that in healthy relationships, it's important to look after both people's wants and needs, not just your own wants and needs. To summarize, I feel like they're just in this place of unhealthy hyper independence, and they're just gonna have to like learn on their own that this is not healthy, and they'll eventually get there. But in the meantime, I don't know if it's worth you like waiting for this person to come around. I don't even know if they're gonna come around. And in fact, I actually feel like the best thing you can do here, even if you want this person to come back to you, I guess you could say, is to move on with your life. Honestly, like let it go. Keep knowing your worth. Like I just keep looking at this and I see you. Like energetically, this looks like you right now, knowing your worth, and focusing on the people, the situations, the hobbies, the projects, the goals that are here for you in the present moment. Essentially focusing on the abundance that is here for you in the present moment. The people, the things that provide for you right here, right now, and not chasing people or things that are resisting you and saying, oh, I don't really want you, blah, blah, blah. To those people, you say, all right, bye. I have many other things that do want me, that are here for me, that are serving me, that do meet my wants and needs. Like, I don't need you. And even though you really, really wanted this to happen, as did your spirit guides, this person's gonna have to learn the hard way. They're gonna have to learn on their own. So I would say keep to yourself, okay? I would not recommend reaching out to this person. That's just my personal advice though. Listen to your own intuition. Okay, thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Oh my gosh, this person's just in their own inner turmoil. All right, if you want personal reading with me one-on-one, link to that is in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. And go ahead and check out my second channel, Spirit Psychic Tarot, if you want weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, daily tarot readings for each zodiac sign, okay? Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's get some channeled messages from your person. But first, we are going to do the energy check, and I need to clarify right here, right now. You are going to be the left-hand side. They are going to be the right-hand side. If you feel like you are on the right-hand side, this is a relationship where you guys are very much mirroring each other. So look at it from that perspective. If you feel like you're definitely on the right-hand side, but you do not resonate with the left-hand side at all, and you feel like that's them, you may want to go back and select another group, because this would end up being a reading where we're looking into your channeled feelings towards them, and I'm sure you already know what your feelings are. So I just wanted to clarify that, guys. If you feel like you're on the right-hand side, chances are you're mirroring each other. So let's look into your energy first in this connection. You're being represented by the dolphin, which is extremely emotionally intelligent. Let me just say that flat out. The dolphin is one of the more mature water animals. You may also be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You don't have to be though. You have a lot of watery energy within you. You're really comfortable in the realms of emotions and relationships. And I feel like you are a bit more masterful when it comes to communication and relationships than the average person. You may be a little bit more knowledgeable when it comes to psychology, the healing realm, self-help, or even spirituality, creativity in general, which I'm not surprised because a lot of people who watch tarot readings are sort of fall into that realm, into that category. But I am seeing that you're very optimistic when it comes to this connection, and you're very open to whatever happens. And we even see you sort of facing the direction of this other person with like a smile on your face. And yeah, there's a sort of playful flirtiness when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection. And you're just truly enjoying the moment for what it is. So let's see what they are being represented by, the cosmic egg. Wow. And also they're looking at you. So we're getting a nice, beautiful, mutual back and forth energy. You know what's weird? This is very familiar. I do this sort of setup a lot in love readings. And I feel like we had this exact combination of animals for another group in another reading. So I wonder if some of you guys watched that reading and had this combination, and you're asking about the same person again, and literally the same combination is coming up, because we definitely had these two animals together before in a past reading that was not super long ago. And I feel like the same energy persists here, where the cosmic egg person is they have a lot of depth to them, a lot of goodness on the inside, spiritually connected. I also love how you're both facing each other. Like, I feel like you're both open to the connection. However, we'll notice an opposite sort of color scheme here, where the dolphin is swimming in these colors, really embracing it, very open. And then the cosmic egg person, they have all of that goodness inside, but they protect it. And they do not let everyone have access to their love, to their heart. They may have some more boundaries up. They are a spirit animal. So they could be any sign with any, affiliation astrologically, but they probably are very psychically sensitive. They may be an empath or someone who's just been through a lot of like transformation in this lifetime, life or death situations. They definitely have some wisdom from other realms. They could be a starseed, I'm seeing, someone who is not originally a human, one would say, or they have not had a ton of lifetimes as a human, is what I'm seeing here. There's something about them that is quite precious on the inside, and they have learned how to protect that inner goodness. Here's the thing, it's interesting. I feel like you probably have gone through phases in life, like a roller coaster, where when you were a child, you were in this happy-go-lucky dolphin energy, and then you may have repressed it and been in the cosmic egg energy, where you kept that locked within yourself to protect it because you've been hurt. But then you kept getting your heart broken over and over and over again, until the point where like you were able to somehow return back to this dolphin energy, just in this place of like peace and love, and like just being really happy with life once again, because it's like you had your heart broken so many times. You've been through so much disappointment, challenge in life, that you somehow returned back to this space. This makes no sense to me, what I'm saying, so hopefully it resonates with you. Yeah, okay, I'm moving on. That was confusing. We have all that glitters coming out for you. And you know what? I didn't do this for group number 1, but I'm gonna do it for you. So I'm sorry if any of you also watched group number 1. But I'm actually gonna read this from the book. So I recently got the booklet to this deck, which previously I did not. And there's relationship messages with these cards. So I want to read the relationship message for you. It says, sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seem so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of that person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. I have a feeling that your person, there's something about them that they're protecting, that they're keeping sort of secret. I wonder if your person is low-key secretly rich. Like, they may drive an old beat-up car, they may, come off as very unassuming, normal, average, but I feel like there's something beneath the surface that they keep to themselves. And, I don't know where this is coming from. This may not resonate with everyone watching here, but this may be someone who, for example, is like a millionaire or has a lot of money, and they do not tell anyone they're dating that at all. And it's something that they don't plan on sharing unless they literally get married. There's just something like that they're keeping within. It may not be money or materials. This could be like something else entirely as well. Like, they may be like one of the best lovers ever in terms of like romance, relationships, everything, but they don't boast about it. They don't brag about it. And they sort of like keep that side of them to themselves until someone is sort of worthy of seeing that part of them. That's what I'm seeing. So they definitely keep to themselves and put up this sort of unassuming image of themselves. So I feel like your person who you're asking about gets underestimated all the time, because they have a sort of protective energy aura around them. That's fascinating. Wow. Something I'm seeing about you, on the other hand, it's almost like you're doing the opposite. And I don't mean to call you out here, group number 2, but there may be some deep parts within you that are really struggling or have gone through struggle. And you handle it with so much grace and positivity that on the surface, you're very, very happy. And how do I put this? I'll give you an example of what I'm seeing. You may have gone through so much poverty in life, not having money, not being able to afford food. And again, this is just an example. And so now you really are super generous with your money and you throw it around like it's nothing. And you give so much to other people and you come across as someone who's really rich, even if you may not be really rich because of that. That's just an example. Or for another example that would apply to a lot more of you probably, is that you may have gone through horrendous heartbreak and people who are really mean to you, very unkind to you. And now you are like the kindest person in the world because you don't want anyone to go through what you went through. So on the outside, you come across as this happy-go-lucky, super kind, bubbly person. But on the inside, the person who is wearing that energy, wearing that mask almost, and it's not a bad thing, maybe someone who was really hurt in the past. And that's why, you know what I mean? So when we see you wearing a mask, I don't mean to say that's a bad thing. I know that can come across as a bad thing, but it's like you show up in the world so happy appearing. You come off as very prosperous, very put together. Even if you don't agree with me, this is how other people perceive you. Prosperous, bubbly, put together, happy. But then on the inside, if you dig a little deeper, that all comes from tremendous struggle. Like I feel like people would be very shocked to find out that like the things that you have gone through in life, because they are things that most people don't go through. Everyone has their struggles and challenges, but I feel like people would be very shocked to see how much you went through in life. Like, for example, if you went to therapy, like, I feel like you'd be the type of person to make your therapist like break down and cry and need like some time to process everything that you went through. Even though that's literally their job to hear people out all day. Like, I don't even think you are aware of like how strong you are and how much you have gone through in life. And because you just wear it so happy. But that's the thing. I feel like people who have gone through tremendous trauma, they either turn into the world's nicest person, most helpful, loving person ever because they don't want anyone to go through what they went through, and they sort of become this wounded healer energy where they were able to make it through that horrendous stuff themselves, and now they help other people do the same, and they just want to spread so much love and kindness. Like, they go so far in the opposite direction where it's like they've gone through tremendous shadows and darkness, and now they just want to live in the light and, make this world such a lighter, better place. Or on the other hand, I feel like the other half of people who have gone through horrendously traumatic events end up subconsciously, like, not realizing it, turning into the person that hurt them. And that's the shadow attributes of, going through trauma. And even if you take the first route of, spreading love and light, there still may be some shadows, some ways in which you see your pain, your suffering, the person who hurt you within yourself. So it's tremendously important to continue to do shadow work and integrate your shadow attributes, if that is your story. But this is totally beyond the reading that we're trying to focus on right now. So you guys are almost beautiful opposites here. You appear as this glamorous, and you may literally be glamorous, by the way. Like, you may literally wear bright colors or do your makeup and hair extravagantly and like just be this bubbly, bubblegum sunshine, even if like that's not your aesthetic, just very fashionable or hilarious. Like you put so much love outside of you, and then people would be shocked to see what lies within you. And it's not to say that what lies within you is not beautiful and loving and amazing. It's just that you're a beautiful, loving, amazing person who's gone through some crap. Okay, like, you have the story. You are hard on the inside in a good way. All right, this person, exact opposite. I feel like, in the most balanced, beautiful way possible, where on the outside, they're very unassuming. They may be very plain. You might not think much of them if you saw them in a crowd, They could be beautiful, aesthetically, but they really come across as someone who if not unassuming, maybe even a little cynical, sarcastic, edgier, I guess you could say. They come across as someone not like hardened, but how do I even put this? Like, I don't even know how to describe the energy I'm feeling. Like, they just come across as having a lot less than they do on the inside. I don't know how to describe it. This is so hard to describe their energy. And on the inside, they're just like a teddy bear. They're so loving. They may have even had a really great upbringing. I don't know why I'm seeing that, like really loving parents or family. Maybe not for everyone, but they may have, I don't know why I'm seeing this, have had like a safety net a lot of their life, and outwardly they try to appear more weathered and experienced. It's weird. It's like you're mirroring each other, but in opposite ways. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder if your ascendant signs, your rising signs, are opposite. So, for example, Cancer, Capricorn, or Scorpio, Taurus, or Virgo, Pisces, opposites. Ascendants. That's just a random thing, though. They have happy, beautiful. I love that. So much color, so much happiness. Like, they may come across as someone who's like edgy or like brooding, but they're just really just happy. I don't know how else to put it. And also, I just feel like they have a lot of sweet energy towards you. But I'm gonna read this relationship message from the book for them as well. It says, there are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with, and you know that your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. Wow, they really love you unconditionally. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship. And if you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of it itself, like bees to honey. Oh my gosh, guys, they really like you. I love this. I think they're really open to you. They enjoy you. They're so grateful to know you. They're happy in the moment. Like, really good vibes from them when it comes to you. I love this. Let's see. Your energy is being represented by the second chakra, the sacral chakra. Okay. Group number 2. The sacral chakra, most of us know what this rolls over, right? Like, you are a little dirty-minded when it comes to really, really attracted to them in a more sort of like animalistic, passionate type of way, I would say. And there's also a lot of creativity here. A lot of, I'm seeing like thinking about the future and just really, really into this person. They have attachment. They're attached to you. This isn't the most positive card, attachment. I feel like your person may be unhealthily attached to you at times, or feel that way. Like, they literally cannot stop thinking about you. Your energy thinking about you may be quite a big distraction for them, honestly. And there may be certain things or people attached to them as well. What's coming to my mind that's a little unusual? I feel like they may have a friend or coworker or something. I'm not sure exactly where they fall into their life. This could even be a family member who is unhealthily attached to them. That may you may get a jealous vibe from this person in their life. For example, like, this could be a sister of theirs who is really codependent on them. That's what I'm seeing. Like, I feel like your person has some sort of codependent connection somewhere in their life that is not you. And for example, that sister, and this is just an example, it could be anyone, it could be a friend, coworker, I don't know. You may get like fake friendliness vibes from them if you interact with them, or like even if you never even met them, you just get the feeling that they feel jealous that you're in this person's life. Interesting. Yeah. And spirit uses my own memories sometimes to communicate messages. And I'm just thinking of all of the people who I've met in life who are like this. Like, I used to date this guy for like 2 years, and he had a girl best friend. And I know a lot of people are like, that's such a red flag, you shouldn't have a girl best friend. I really don't care if people have a girl best friend if I'm dating a guy. And actually, I knew for a fact, okay, I'm an energy reader. I can read energy plain as day, that he did not have feelings for this girl best friend. But she was very, extremely codependently attached to him in a friendship way. And, their beliefs about religion and relationships were so polar opposite, they would have never even worked out anyways, even if, they tried. It was weird. It was like the boundaries of friendship, like I felt energetically was constantly trying to push them with him, not in a romantic way, but like very codependently attached to him, like asking him to come over a lot to do all this stuff around her house. And I don't know, even like ordering herself like sex toys to his house because she didn't want like her roommates to see or whatever, like things like that, pushing the boundaries a little bit, really kind of creepy. And I always got the vibe that she didn't like me, very, very jealous of me. Even though I was nothing but nice to her. And so anyway, Spirit brought that person to my mind to sort of demonstrate this energy. I also thought of this set of siblings that I used to know. And they were like, I'm not saying they were incestuous, but they were really like up each other's butts, like really, really hardcore. And I don't know, I also thought of them when I was tuning into this energy. So I do feel like one annoyance that you may have with this person is that they could be in a codependent connection with someone like that. One thing I do want to validate you on, though, is that your person does not have feelings for that person. Okay, so for example, if you're dating a guy and they have like a girl best friend, or if you're dating a girl and they have like a guy best friend and it's like hetero, whatever, feelings are not there on your person's behalf. Okay, actually, I feel like your person only has eyes for you. Okay, the same personality that got them into that codependent friendship or whatever it is works the same way in relationships where they literally only have eyes for you. They're low-key like kind of obsessed with you, which is cute, adorable. And I just feel like codependency may be something that they need to work on. Now, is this codependency to a level where it's extremely toxic and unhealthy? For you guys, I don't think it's toxic. I feel like whatever friendship they may be in or connection they may be in that is, what we're picking up on may be a little bit toxic for them, though, I will say that. But yeah, Spirits just wants to confirm, like, they don't have feelings for this person, whoever it is, but I do feel like you're right to have like alarm bells going off in your head, feeling like this person in their life does not like you or is jealous of you or feeling like their connection is not healthy. But the thing is, I feel like your person's very happy-go-lucky and almost like naive. That's the thing. You guys are perfectly opposite. You've already been through so much crap in life that you can easily spot red flags and situations that are toxic now. I feel like this person can't. They don't see anything toxic or negative about it. But they will. I feel like they will as the years go on. And yes, I did say years. I do feel like it will take years. Okay, I'm just saying that right now. So if it's a minor annoyance, whatever, but if it's a bigger annoyance, you may need to talk to them about that. We have work through your fears, New Moon in Scorpio coming out for you. Okay. Group number 2, I feel like you may have fears in this connection that you need to work through. Clear as day message there. And for them, I love the similar color scheme here. It says North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Interesting. I think this has a lot of potential right off the bat. Like, I don't know what your connection is to this person, but they're really kind of obsessed with you. Like they have so many feelings towards you. Very happy. And I feel that they may be a little bit shy if you're not currently with them. You may really read into their body language, though, that they're interested in you, like just kind of like popping up around you all the time, seeing you, making weird excuses to see you or talk to you on the phone or something. Like, these are all signs that they're into you. I feel like everyone who's selected group number 2 are at very different places when it comes to this connection. I am feeling some of you are literally with this person. And for a lot of you, this is still at like a very strong crushy level, or you may be like newly, freshly dating this person. And yeah, I think it's normal to have fears and concerns. I'm thinking back to like all the times I first started dating people and I didn't know any of their friends, any of the people in their life. And, I met a lot of people with like suspicion. So you may be in that current energy, and it's like the more you get to know this person and the people in their life, the more comfortable I think you'll become. I feel like when you don't quite know everything there is to know about someone, it can leave a lot of room for anxiety and like it's almost scarier. So I think one thing that will help your connection is to literally just get to know each other more, spend more time with each other. That's what it feels like. So a lot of you may be in a connection where it is newer. If this is older, I think I would be a little bit more concerned. I don't know if you guys see each other that often. That's the thing, like, because this feels like you need more time together. you need to get to know each other more. It feels like one of those readings, and a lot of your fears will go away. A lot of your worries and anxiety will go away if that's the case. So if this is someone who's like older in your life, like they've been in your life for a while, or you're already committed to them, you may want to express that to them, like just wanting to see each other more often or have some sort of quality one-on-one bonding time. I do wonder for some of you, if you are in a longer term relationship with them already, if this person has the tendency to hang out with you in a group a lot, or like their family is like really involved in their life. I feel like one thing that can really help your love life with this person is by having more quality one-on-one time, just the two of you. Like when you book a vacation together, like just make it the two of you. Don't invite friends, don't invite family, you know, like I think that would really go such a long way in this connection. And if this is still in like a friendship, crushy, like dating level, same message applies, you know, spend more time alone together. And I'm even seeing for a lot of you watching, actually, quite a substantial bit, this may be someone who you were either coworkers with or in the same friend group with. And a lot of your hangouts together have been in that group setting. And it may be a little scary or like nerve-wracking to hang out with this person one-on-one because you may not have done that often or at all. But I think that would really, really help this here. Oh my gosh, I'm getting such like almost like teenage, like crushy energy. They clearly have feelings for you. You clearly have feelings for them. I feel like they're being a little shy about it though. But I think you guys should, you know, hang out more alone. Let's see what their channeled feelings and messages are towards you, though. Let's get into it. Okay, so diving into the channeled messages, I wanted to start out with a rune, and you have Urus coming out in reverse. So I think the month of February is significant for a lot of you, especially at the time that I'm filming this. It is like mid-January, and Urus rules over the month of February. So that month may be significant for this connection and its development, if that resonates. You know, if that's like really far off at the time that you're watching this and you're like, I don't know, it may not be super significant, but it could be significant in the future. You never know. Or one of you may be born in that month. It just feels significant for a lot of you, okay? So there may be some important developments in your connection during that month, which is great. You know, another thing that I'm seeing, having this come out in reverse, I feel like there may be some sort of challenges or annoyances that get in the way of you really exploring this connection just yet. So how do I put this? This person that we're asking about, they may really want to flirt with you more, spend more time with you, date you more, but it's like the second they're trying to plan it, it's like all this stuff comes up. Like I'm seeing they may literally get sick. You know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna come to work or, you know, hang out on Friday and I'm gonna see group number 2 and I'm gonna ask them out, and then they literally get sick, or they have to travel for work, or, you know, they have family over, or they have something to do. It's like one thing after another. And it's like, what the heck's going on here? So there may just be some like annoyances that come up as they're trying to focus on you and they're trying to develop with you. It's like these random things get in the way. I'm also seeing a very particular story for like maybe one person watching, where it's like they're trying to focus on you, they're trying to flirt with you. And I'm literally seeing a sibling of theirs who, again, codependent relationship, and I'm literally seeing their sibling having like some sort of addiction, or I'm seeing autoimmune disorder. And it may not be a sibling. For this story could resonate for some of you, but it's not a sibling. But the one person I'm tuning into, it's like a sibling with an addiction. And it's like, oh, they're in their mind mentally, they're like, all right, I'm going to flirt and focus on group number 1. And then the sibling causes all types of problems and starts calling them up and taking up so much of their mental space. And it's like, oh, gosh darn it, I just can't win. And again, like when we were tuning into the energy read here, we saw them in some sort of codependent, platonic or familial connection like that, where it's like the second they try to focus on themselves and the relationships they want to develop, aka you, it's like this person acts up, and it's not always intentional. Like this person acts up at right that time, but like I kind of feel like it is sometimes though. Like they can feel your person focusing their energy towards someone else, and they start acting up. Ooh, you know what I'm seeing as well? Here's the thing. This could also be a child if they have kids. And let me just be clear here. They're not in a codependent connection with their kid. Unless their kid is like a grown adult. Like, that's just not possible, you know? And so it may be a situation where they are wanting to focus their energy on you and the relationship and developing it. And then it's like right when that happens, their kid gets sick or starts acting up in school or something like that. It could be anyone in their life, really. But I'm feeling like that is a blockage in this connection right now. And it's like a temporary issue. But at the same time, I'm like, is this a temporary issue that's going to keep repeating? You may be wondering that. But let's see. We're going to get some channeled messages from your person. This is a homemade deck that I'm using. And I just want to warn you now, a lot of the cards are really negative and the other half of them are really positive. For every negative card, there's a positive one and vice versa. So if there's any harsh messages that come up, like, don't be taken aback. We're going to see what comes up and then we're going to read into it intuitively. So we have, I think 3 cards came out. Yeah. Okay. What would they say to you if they were completely honest? I daydream about us. I know. They have such a crush on you. 100%. Like 100%. I am a player. I have no serious intentions with you. I don't think that's true. I'm resisting this message. I don't think that is true. You know, it feels like, hold on, let's see what this says. We are soul family. We can stay together as long as we want. Yeah, they want to be with you. That's the thing. I wonder why this card came out though, because I really don't resonate with it in your reading, and I almost want to put it back because this does not feel like their energy. I feel, this has never happened during a reading before. I feel that the person who is codependently like hooked onto their energy, they may have told them about you and their intentions with you, which are serious, okay? They have serious intentions with you. And I feel that that friend or that person does, like, it triggered something in them. Like, they're really attached to your person in an unhealthy way. And your person does enable that behavior from time to time, but I feel like they're enabling that behavior from a very innocent, naive perspective. Naive. Okay? Like, I don't think, when it comes to codependent connections, there's someone who is needy and clings on and who siphons a lot of energy out of the other person. And then the second person in that connection, who also is codependent, they're the ones giving and nurturing and being like the parent figure. And I feel like that's who your person is to this connection they're in. It's like they're the ones constantly going to help them and sort of like parent them and walk them through everything that goes on in their life. You know, I resonate with it. I used to be in some very codependent friendships back in the day. And your person is doing that out of naivety, you know? They're not like into whoever this person is. I think they enable them without realizing they're enabling them. And your person may not realize how sort of toxic this connection is for them, or they just need to have more boundaries, and I don't think they have those boundaries yet, okay? Now, getting back to the point I was trying to make, I feel that your person has told the person they're in this toxic sort of connection with about you, and they got jealous, okay? And I feel their negative energy and intentions towards you, jealousy, that's what it is, jealousy towards you. And I feel that negative, dark energy is the reason why this card came out. I don't think this card resonates with your person. I think that the person who is unhealthily attached to your person, their jealousy towards you, just if you can imagine their jealousy and resentment towards you as an entity of its own, is attacking this reading. And I feel like that is why this card came out, because it's trying to sabotage your connection with them. Wow, I've never had a reading that gave quite a message like that. Like, this card came out due to someone else's negative interference. So group number, I'm going to put this back because it does not resonate. And group number 2, I'm going to make several suggestions to you. Number 1, don't take it out on this person that they're in this connection, okay? They'll learn and grow. Everyone has baggage. Everyone has problems, okay? No one's perfect. And your person is really nice. They may be naive. They may be an enabler to this. And you know what? If the enabling is way too much and it's to the point where like they're constantly defending the person who's negatively attached to them and attacking you, that's one thing, okay? But I feel like they really love you and they would do anything for you. And in fact, this person frequently feels like the type of person who gets walked all over easily. So when I say they would do anything for you, I really mean that, okay? I don't think you would take advantage of them in that way, but that's the annoying thing. It's like you are someone who would never take advantage of them, but they have people in their circle who definitely take advantage of them. And because of that, you may be the one suffering. You may be the one getting less time, energy, attention, and affection from them because they're being pulled in all these different directions by people and they can't say no. They're people pleasing. Okay. And that can create such a huge, like, I just feel like this issue has the possibility of getting out of control. And I've certainly been in connections where that was an issue. That did get out of control, but establish your own boundaries. Tell this person, hey, like, I want to see you this amount of times a week or talk to you this amount of times a week. Like, I think it would really be beneficial for us to go on some sort of vacation, just the two of us. And like establish boundaries. Like if we're on a date, if we're hanging out, don't pick up the phone, like turn your phone off for real. And that may have been something that literally happened to some of you. Like you may have been with this person one-on-one and whoever their person is that like is negatively hooked on them may have literally called them or whatever. May have been an issue for you. Anyways, the suggestion I was going to make, where is it? This stone right here, lapis lazuli, is so helpful to carry on you in situations where you feel like someone is jealous towards you. In fact, I had 2 of these stones. And the other one that I had, I carried on me a lot because at the time I was dating someone, and this was years ago. I was dating someone and I felt like they had a best friend who was very, very jealous of me. Very similar to your situation, actually. I mean, their energy is so different, but anyways, I started carrying it on me and I charged it with the intention of protecting me from that jealousy. And immediately upon carrying it, I felt like I wasn't, like, how do I even put this? It's not that they magically became unjealous of me, but like their jealousy, their negative energy did not touch me. Because I was having dreams where they would like pull my person away from me or like take all of their attention. Like they were showing up in my dreams in that way. I just felt the energy. When I started carrying the stone, I no longer felt that energy and I felt like totally fine and happy on my own. However, I ended up losing the stone entirely. And in my personal beliefs, if you are carrying a crystal or a stone, or even some sort of symbol like the Hamsa symbol or the evil eye, and it breaks or you lose it, it means it really, really protected you from something substantial. Okay, I ended up losing the stone and I'm like, wow, it really did its job for me. Like it really protected me from quite a bit of energy. So I would recommend getting a stone like this. Lapis lazuli in particular is perfect for protecting you from jealousy. You could also get something like this, obsidian, or I forget what this one's called. It's from Russia. I know like everything about it except for its name right now, which is annoying. Any black stone really will protect you from negative energy in general, and then amethyst will just protect you psychically. But again, lapis lazuli, it's top notch. Or you could get some sort of piece of jewelry like a necklace, a bracelet, something, and just keep it on you a lot. And have like a charm or something that's like a protective symbol for you to protect you from other people's jealousy and negative energy. I would also recommend just saging your house, your energy as well, just in general. Spend a morning just cleaning your house, saging the heck out of it. and maybe invest in a stone or protective symbol like that. Or you can, even hang them around your house. You don't have to go overboard, guys. Like, just one little thing's fine. Like, in my office, I have one evil eye hanging on the wall. Whenever I set up all these crystals, they're all charged with intentions, and there's a few to protect from negative energy. You really don't have to go overboard. They'll do the job, okay? Crystals are very powerful. Do that, though, because that energy was coming out in your reading, which is concerning, okay? Because that's showing me that the person that's negatively hooked on their energy, that negative energy may actually be reaching your relationship with them, which is an issue, okay? And that could affect your relationship 100%. Oh my gosh, I remember this time, actually. Whoo! This is another time where I was in a relationship with someone, and there was literally someone trying to get in the middle of our relationship and trying to get my partner at the time to cheat on me and lie to me. And he was so honest with me. He told me everything. But my God, like, actually, I didn't take the steps necessary at the time to really energetically protect myself, which you think I would, but I didn't. And yeah, our relationship ended up crumbling. And I don't think that was the sole reason why our relationship crumbled, but I definitely think that woman's energy put a wedge between us. So don't underestimate this, guys. Like, protect your energy, send them love, send them light. Like, I would not recommend doing hexes. I would not recommend doing a return to sender spell. Actually, you know what spell? I'm just babbling now. If you're into witchcraft, and I'll just shuffle and, get cards as we talk. If you're into witchcraft, I found, or I don't know if I invented this, but it came to my mind. Someone else has probably done it before. Instead of doing a return to sender spell, which is where you sort of shield your energy, your aura, and when someone sends you negative energy, it bounces back and goes in their direction. I never liked that because I don't like sending people negative energy, even if it's their own energy. I did a spell where I set the intention of, if anyone sends me negative energy, it'll bounce off me, go deep within Mother Earth, be transmuted into pure source energy, and then enter my aura. So it's like you're sending me energy, but it's transformed into positive energy. So guys, play around with that intention. I'm telling you, put their energy towards you to good use. It's great. It's free energy, And I actually think I came up with that, and I'm like, why do I have a feeling that a lot of famous people know this spell or this ritual? I think low-key, a lot of rich people, a lot of famous people in this world are very knowledgeable in the esoteric arts, low-key. And I feel like a lot of really famous people who have a lot of attention on them, like the Kardashians, for example, may be doing this, transmuting negative energy that's sent their way into positivity, into productivity, into money, into, opportunity. So I don't know, play around with that. We have, I wonder if you are happy without me. This person is so sweet, guys. I really think they're a sweet, gentle, kind soul. And if you like them, you should definitely give them a chance. It's just they have a negative energy attached to them. We have, I left you before you could leave me. Interesting. You know what it is? I don't think they actually left you. I think they are putting you on a pedestal, honestly, a little bit. And they're just really into you. I really do see that. That's it. They're really into you. And they wonder, would you be better off without me? Can I even offer you what you offer me? This person needs to work on their self-esteem, I think. I think the lack of self-esteem is what gets them into people-pleasing in the first place, into these codependent connections in the first place. So, yeah, that may be a big shadow attribute of this connection. What you choose to do with that is up to you. So we're going to shuffle and pull some cards from the Lover's Oracle. I'm not looking at the cards because they all look different, and I don't want to pick one while looking, but let's see what comes out. Okay. All right, these same cards came out for group number 1, so I'm going to shuffle again. I wonder if some of you were drawn to group number 1 as well. Let's see. All right, clearly this one actually did want to come out to you because this is the second time it popped out, and it says, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Yeah, and similar to group number 1, literally at the time that you're watching this, your person is thinking about you right now. Literally right now. Beautiful. I love that. And then we have this one. I love whoever drew this, because whenever women sleep on their side or lay on their side, there is that belly overhang. And it's like, why do we all pretend like we don't have bellies? I think bellies are like the cutest part of being a woman, but that's just my opinion. We have surrender. At times we must surrender to the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. I feel like your person is in a state of just like surrendering to their feelings for you. And, I'm getting a sense of frustration from them. Like they just want to focus on you, but something keeps coming up time and time again, every time they try focusing on you. Which again, feels connected to the negative energy being sent towards your connection with them. If you're close with this person, I might even go as far as to gift them with like a bracelet or something with some sort of protective charm or amulet as well. Like literally gift it to them so that they're protected as well. Or something they can put in their house or in their car that protects their energy. Actually, oh my God, now that I'm thinking about it, I thought back again to that relationship that I was telling you about, where I feel like someone else's energy sabotaged it. And I remember in the beginning half of our relationship, they actually had an evil eye hanging in their home. I have no idea what happened to it, but it was gone like halfway through our relationship. I never asked about it either. Like I just noticed it. Wow. Because the first half of our relationship was fine. And I even knew the person who I felt like was jealous of me, but it felt like I was protected. I was fine. Wow. Yeah. So I would recommend gifting them something like that if you're close with them. Or even if you're not close with them, clearly you guys have a crush on each other and they're not going to be like mad about you gifting them something. I think they'll cherish it. This might be one of the few love readings where I'm like, yeah, do witchcraft here. Like do some manifestation, do some energy work. Usually I'm like, I don't like going down that road because it's like, I don't like manipulating energies in relationships. It's like show up who you are and with your true feelings and we'll go from there. But like, I'm literally seeing that may actually help your connection. Like just energy protection, because it feels like your shared energy cord to this person is being attacked, like straight up. I'm not trying to scare you. Like, I don't mean this in a scary way. It's just like, do some energetic upkeep, guys, for real. Okay. Channeled messages from your person to you. If they were completely open and honest about their thoughts, feelings, and opinions towards you, what would they tell you? Wow, this has been such an interesting reading. Let me know your stories down below, guys. I want the tea. Who's this person that you're talking to first and foremost, but also like, do you know who this person is that they're like connected to? Does this resonate with you? Let me know. Okay. Anyways, their feelings towards you, no one else involved now, no one else's energies. It says, Wheel of Fortune, I want to come back. I feel like we are fated to be together. This person really, really, really feels, oh, you know what? Maybe for some of you, this is a thing that's in separation. But, some of you watching, not all of you though, you may have already been with this person before. Maybe you weren't even in a committed relationship yet, but you may have dated. And you guys may have gotten into some sort of dispute or argument over this person that they're connected with, whoever it may be, that may have separated you in the first place. Interesting. That's not going to resonate with all of you, though. You're all in different spots, but they either want to be with you or come back with you because they 100% believe that you're soul family. Look, we are soul family. We can stay together as long as we want. Strong intuition, surprise communication and visits, unexpected reappearances, big unexpected changes, X comes back. Yeah. They want to be with you. I feel that so strongly. Temperance. I have so many emotions for you. It's hard to hold it together. I try to remain calm and unbothered on the surface. I feel that from them. Like they're like coming off as like kind of shy. They do have a ton of strong feelings. They keep like very precariously locked away inside, and it oftentimes does spill out, and they do show it, but there's just a cute little shyness about them, trying to be both emotional and practical, emotional intensity, learning to trust each other. We have the Seven of Swords. My intentions aren't pure. I want to take more than I give. I play games because I don't view this as serious. If you just want a fun time, I'm your person. Why does this energy keep coming up? Guys, it's coming up twice. If we look back, I'm a player. I have no serious intentions. My intentions aren't pure, blah, 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 blah. But intuitively, I don't feel like this is true. Like, energetically, it's not adding up. I don't feel like this person's a player. I don't feel like they're using you. Oh my God. I just feel like they have an energy cord connecting them with someone. And you may be thinking that they're a player, or you may think that their connection to this person, whoever it may be, is unhealthy. And you may be questioning, like, do they have feelings for that person? Like, is there something inappropriate going on? Like, and I almost feel like the person they're connected to that's unhealthy, if it's not a relative, obviously, they may want you to think that your person is into them. It's giving girl best friend energy or guy best friend energy, you know, like if you're heterosexual. Weird that this energy keeps coming up. Here's the thing I want to say though with this. Your person isn't 100% innocent because they do need to have stronger boundaries. Okay? They should not be enabling this type of behavior, this type of negative energy in people. And if they keep enabling it after you speak up about it, or they get really defensive about it, I think that might be a little bit of a red flag. You know, I would listen to your own intuition, follow your own boundaries. Like, if their connection to this person is just too much and it takes away from your peace, and you speak about it and they don't hear you out or anything or change anything, I think, you know, that shows you where their intentions lie. However, I get the sense that for the majority of you, they're just naive and they don't see or realize how this is unhealthy and how their enabling of this energy of this person is not good. So there is an issue in your connection with them. This person, their energy, oh my gosh, not your person, the person attached to them, their energy is something else. And I feel guided to literally put that energy off to the side because it does not feel like it's their energy. Seven of Cups, I don't know what I want. I overthink everything. I daydream about this connection. That's the second time we're seeing that. I daydream about this connection, but have a hard time trusting my emotions. They're confused. They fantasize about you. Great opportunities to grow, but not making decisions. This is another thing that I'm seeing here. I know that they told this person, whoever it is, about you. And I wonder if this person, it's hard because like none of them have names. Your person's person, whoever it may be giving them really bad advice out of jealousy. Like they may be encouraging them not to pursue you, or, you know, you should, you know, be really worried, or like this person may not be the best for you. And that may be clouding their intuition, their judgment, because their intuition, their gut is saying, go all in with you. Okay. You guys are soulmates, soul family. That's what their gut is saying. But it's confusing for them to be in a codependent friendship or family relationship with someone who is encouraging them to do the opposite, because they do take other people's opinions seriously. Now, the thing that I'm seeing is I don't think they are going to end up listening to this person. I think they're going to end up going with their own gut decision and making their own decision to move towards you. I do see that. But for the time being, they're a little bit confused on how to go about this. And for some of you, if you're already with this person, you may have told them your thoughts, feelings, and opinions about them enabling this connection that they have with someone else. And they're in this state of confusion on what to do. It's not that you're giving them an ultimatum, like choose between me or them. I feel like it's just like, you know, you need to have a healthier connection with them, with like boundaries and stuff. And they're really like confused about that, lost in the sauce about that, like, just so, oh man. All right. We have Strength. I want to work through our issues. I want to open up about our pasts. So that's beautiful. I think they will realize and understand. I definitely see them eventually coming to the conclusion that this connection they have is unhealthy. I do see that. They may not be there right now, but I feel like after you put the idea in their head, like, hey, I don't think this connection is super healthy, they're going to start noticing the ways in which it's not healthy. And, I even see some of you, maybe this is a very specific message, like sending them reels from Facebook and Instagram on people pleasing, codependency, things like that, to try to get through their head. We have this relationship can improve with work. Commitment issues need to be addressed. Patience and determination is needed. Yeah, you're gonna have to be patient with this person. Which, again, it doesn't feel toxic though. Everyone has their stuff. I think there needs to be a little bit of grace that we give in our relationships. This person feels like they have really good intentions and motivations, but it feels like there is a snake in their energy. And we literally see that with the cosmic egg here. Just they have a bad influence around them. Physical attraction masked problems in the beginning of this relationship. And then we have the moon. I have no idea where this is going. I'm just doing what feels right. Their intuition, their soul keeps guiding them towards you. They have so many butterflies in their stomach towards you. They want to explore what you have to offer. But they're a little bit confused. If they're spiritually minded, which not all of them are, they're confused as to why they feel intuitively drawn towards you. But then it's like every time they try to move towards you, something comes up. They get sick, they stub their toe, they have to travel, like this, that, the third. It's like if they're spiritually minded, they're wondering, like, is this a sign from the universe that, like, I shouldn't pursue them? And then that makes them confused, because whenever your intuition and your logic are saying opposite things, it creates a lot of confusion. That Seven of Cups energy. But what they don't realize is the reason that all this stuff keeps coming up for them every time they try pursuing you, it's not the universe. It is this person's energy, negative energy and intentions blocking them and creating that stuff. Wow, I have never done a reading quite like this. This is crazy. Definitely do some energy work, guys. And again, you don't have to go overboard. Like, if you just do one energy cleanse and like just, carry one stone or like one amulet on you to protect your energy, you're good to go. All right. Just believe that it's working. Okay. Like, you're totally good to go. You don't have to go overboard with this. Some people go way too much into like protecting their energy and like clearing their energy, etc. Don't send this person, whoever it may be, negative energy. If anything, that would make the situation worse. Okay. If anything, send them positive energy of healing and learning how to stand on their own 2 feet, etc. Okay. But that's what I'm seeing here. Their feelings towards you are so pure. They want to move towards you. They're just so naive in like the cutest little way possible. It's tricky for you to navigate though, because it's not necessarily your place to tell them that certain relationships of theirs are unhealthy or you feel negative energy coming from them. You can share your piece for sure, but you definitely need to approach that topic, if you are going to approach that topic, from a place of love, a place of respect for this other person, whoever they may be. And I would simply say to this person, like, hey, like, I really like you. Like, let's go out more one-on-one. Let's go on more dates, experience more emotions, like just the two of us, go on vacation, just the two of us. Oh my God, now I'm thinking of even more things are popping into my head. Oh my God, Spirit uses examples. And when I started dating my current partner, who I am still with 6 years after the fact, we actually met in a shared friend group. And there was this girl who was my best friend for the longest time, but it was a very toxic friendship. And I was the one codependently attached to her. Like, we were codependently attached to each other. But every single time I dated someone, she always had a thing for my boyfriends and always heavily flirted with them, cuddled them, like everything. And since we were codependent, like, she really crossed a lot of boundaries that I didn't really care about. But I remember when I first started dating my current guy, she like would like her and him, like, she would convince him to like take her out a lot, like, because we were all friends, and like just do all of this extra stuff. And I really got the sense that she was jealous, which was confirmed by my own mother. Mother's intuition. Yeah, I think she's like into your boyfriend there. So yeah, I don't know, that just popped into my head. Like, there's an energy here. All right, so all of your situations are different. Your person is definitely innocent. If they are enabling this behavior, it's not malicious. They don't have a thing for this person. Clarifying that right now. They really don't like this person like that. Like, not even in the slightest, okay? They are just a really nice person with poor boundaries. And that's that, okay? So I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I think there's a lot of actually really good potential for you and this person. It's a very sweet energy. This is just like a little blip in your story together. If you want to stay with this person, of course, it's your choice, but you are soul family. You are soulmates. I do see that. And you have tons of soulmates in the world. You don't have to stay with them. But I really feel like for the majority of you, actually, this has beautiful potential to turn into something lifelong or really long term. Like, it's good. It's totally solid. So thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. If you want to watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, some weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, daily tarot readings, head on over to my second channel, Spirit Psychic Tarot, to get that. All right, thank you guys. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Let's get some channeled messages from your person. So I am setting the intention right here, right now, that you guys are going to be the left-hand side. We're going to do an energy check, seeing where you're at versus where your person's at, just to make sure you selected the right group. You are going to be the left side. If you find yourself in the right-hand side and you resonate more with that side, that is going to be a sign that you two are mirroring each other heavily at this time. Now, for the select few of you where you're like, I'm on the right-hand side, I do not resonate with the left-hand side, but I feel like my person's on the left-hand side, you may want to go back and select another group, or there just may not be any messages for you in today's reading. Otherwise, this reading would just end up being like your channeled messages and intentions towards your person, which you already know, or perhaps you don't know, which is why it's, showing your own energy. So let's just keep that in mind, guys. Okay. And let's see if you resonate with the energy check. So we're going to tune into your energy in this connection. You're being represented by the hummingbird, which is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be those signs, but you very well could be. And hummingbirds are just very small, adorable, cute. I see you constantly changing this is going to sound weird, changing your mind about your life plan is what I'm seeing. Like one minute you want to, work remote and travel to all these countries and, do this. The next minute you want to, save up and buy a house with a yard. And then the next minute you're like, no, I'm going to stay where I'm at and just travel heavily. And then the next minute you're like, I'm going to start a business. And the next minute you're like, I'm going to go back to school. It just feels like your energy is all over the place and your life plan changes every 10 seconds, which is cute. It's adorable. I love it. You're constantly getting all of these new ideas and changing so quickly, evolving so quickly. A lot of you watching, almost all of you watching, are really connected to spirit, really connected with your guides. And I feel intuitively that you are going through a chapter of your life that has intense, rapid, transformational growth. And you are raising your vibration so quickly. It feels like a lot of you are going through some sort of Kundalini awakening. And it's difficult because the thing is, as you raise your vibration, as you change internally, your external reality keeps changing as well. And that can be a little bit heartbreaking for you at times, because it's you keep attracting people who you think are going to be your soul mate, soul family, love of your life, whatever. And then you keep evolving and then they can't meet you where you're at and then they exit your life. It's people coming in and out of your life may have been common for you in the past several years is what I'm seeing. And not even just that, but your external reality just changing rapidly. This could even be moving or seeing a lot of different places, a lot of friends, a lot of hobbies, a lot of different ideas. It's you love how much healing you're doing, how much growing you're doing, and you're really ascending to higher and higher levels of peace, unconditional love. Your emotional highs and lows are starting to balance out more. So it's great, internally, and maybe even externally with your health, you may be feeling better than you have been your entire life. Okay, but the downside is that with this rapidly transformative growth that you're experiencing, it's like you keep building up a new reality, a new dream, a new life path, and then it gets torn down again. Like you may meet someone, you fall in love with them, and you can like see a future with them, and then they're torn out of your life because they can't sustain your level of light. Or like I said, you create a life plan for yourself, a path for yourself. Okay, I'm going to save up for a condo in the city, or I'm going to, try to work remotely and jump around. Like you create this sort of future life path for yourself. And then it's funny because it's like you're presented with the right people and opportunities to, achieve that goal, that life path. But in the process of working towards it, you grew as a person and are no longer the person who wants that. It's the funniest thing, but at the same time, it can sometimes feel like torture. And that's, why all of these philosophers keep saying life is about the journey, not the destination. Because oftentimes it's in the journey to getting what we want that we're transformed into someone who wants something else. And, this process I feel has been repeating over and over and over again. And you're still ascending. And now you're ascending to this person who is recognizing the beauty in non-attachment. And it's almost like very Buddhist in nature. The whole teaching surrounding Buddhism is that desire and attachment is what causes our misery, our suffering. And when you can achieve a mental space of detachment and not having any desires and just being truly, truly in the present moment, that is when you experience nirvana, enlightenment, epiphanies, just complete and utter peace and unconditional love for life itself. And I feel that you're stepping more and more into that energy. Those moments of peace and enlightenment and feeling super connected to life itself, maybe few and far between. However, the more sort of work you're doing on yourself and healing and ascending, you're having those moments more and more frequently. And they're longer lasting. I just feel like you're on this spiritual journey ascending to a whole nother level of peace, which is beautiful. But the process of getting there is one filled with sacrifices. And I don't know why I'm saying all of this. I feel like I'm just channeling this. It feels, group number 3, that there is a feeling within you of loneliness. Like your spiritual journey is a beautiful one and you're achieving so much peace and you're growing like rapidly and getting what you want and, being such an overall happier being because of it. But even amongst your happiness, amongst your peace, there is like a part of you that is a little bit lonely because it's like in the journey of transcension and finding your inner peace, a lot of relationships were introduced in your life and torn out of your life just as quickly. So it's a lonely journey. And I feel like I just really want to acknowledge that within you and say that you're not alone. And I almost feel like your spirit guides and spirit itself is acknowledging the difficulties in navigating this spiritual journey that you're guided to be on. Many of you were born into this life as some sort of spiritual healer, leader, earth angel with a really high purpose of bringing light, enlightenment, peace, healing to the planet. And again, the journey of becoming a person who can do that is oftentimes quite a traumatic one and a lonely one. And it's a lot longer of a journey than I think people realize. and all of your childhood experiences and many, many years into your adulthood are sort of paved with these extremely challenging situations where your reality that you've built gets torn away from you. And you have to rebuild it over and over and over again. And you keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that until you reach this point of mental detachment simply from the repetitiveness of it. You realize, after so many friendships, relationships, family that was built up and torn down over and over and over again, that the love that you experienced over and over and over again is, after all, found within yourself and not necessarily a result of any external force. The external people just trigger that feeling that's already within you. And this is a wisdom that most people on the planet won't even unlock and understand. But yeah, I just feel like, your journey in life has been quite a challenging one, of so much intense love and heartache. And you're reaching sort of the tail end of this karmic cycle that keeps repeating. This karmic cycle had to repeat in order for you to sort of remember who you are spiritually, why you came here, what your purpose is as a healer, but also to detach you enough from this world to look at things from a much higher perspective. And weirdly enough, you had to become a certain level of detached from this world and the relationships and the people around you in order to really tune back into your own sense of inner peace and unconditional love. And you're nearing the end of this very challenging point of your journey, where after this, you will be a full-fledged, very powerful sort of shaman or light worker or someone of that nature in this planet, fully remembering who you are, accessing that peace, etc. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this, though, so I wonder why this story plays into your connection here. We just went on 11 minutes on one card alone. Oh my gosh. All right, your person's being represented by the whale in reverse. Okay, this is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be one of those signs, but this is an energy that is one of the most powerful water energies, very emotionally intelligent, psychically connected, creative for sure. It is coming out in reverse, though. So I wonder what is blocking this person when it comes to this connection. Whale spirits are very significant because they dive extremely deep. Okay, so this person can get into really, really, really deep conversations with you. I feel that you're both very, I feel like you're both here on this planet to help the planet in a way. You both feel like earth angels or some sort of starseed energy here to help out. And I think your person, it's like they can never just have a casual connection with like small talk. Like, let's talk about the weather. That's not their thing at all. I'm getting they may be neurodivergent in some way, whether that is ADHD, autism, bipolar, something of that nature. And they just can't do small talk. Like, they have to dive deep constantly. It's just a part of who they are and how they're on this journey. And it's interesting because I think we look at the hummingbird and we look at the whale, and they both can ascend and descend really great heights, but in different realms, like in the water and in air. So you both seem to have this ability to sort of, I don't even know, like connect spiritually and listen to your spirit guides and your intuition. Even if it's not like directly spirit guides, like listening to your own creative voice. And I don't know, I'm getting deep spiritual connection here with you, but their energy is coming out in resistance. So we're going to learn more about that. All right, coming out for you, we have deep knowing. Speaking of deep, okay, with the owl spirit here, maybe a spirit guide of yours. And I'm going to read this from the book. Don't tell group number 1. I forgot to do that for them. 43. I just got the booklet for this deck. For the longest time, I just didn't have a booklet for it. And I noticed that all the cards have like a relationship message. So now I'm excited to learn what those messages are. Deep knowing. Okay. There are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. So you are acknowledging that your person is here for a deeper purpose for you. And like that purpose is very, very spiritual in nature. And in fact, when you talk to this person face to face or are just interacting with their energy, you may feel like you're in like a different realm almost. Like, how do I put this? You might understand what I'm saying, because I know a lot of people who watch tarot readings are also tarot readers or shamans or mystics, psychics in some way. When you are talking to someone else who is also in that world of like mysticism, spiritual connection, you can get so deep. And it's like for example, 2 witches are more powerful than 1 witch. You know what I mean? When you're surrounded by people who resonate at that same level as you, the insights that come through are very dramatic. And like when you interact with this person's energy, you may have even more deeply meaningful dreams at night and epiphanies in your waking life and spiritual experiences. Like when you're surrounded by other people who have this energy, oh my God, does it intensify your own psychic energies. And I feel like this person is that for you. So, and you just know that they entered your life for a reason that is much more spiritual. Okay. Someone crosses your path and suddenly out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's hard for me to speak in human words. The energy you feel between this person, because like it's indescribable. Like it's really at a whole nother level that if I tried explaining this to a normal person who's not into this world of things, they would think that they'll accuse me of being schizophrenic or something. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with people with schizophrenia, just to be clear. But that's the type of reaction I would get from someone who's normal, I guess you could say, if I tried to describe the weird spiritual connection you have with this person. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly. I've never seen that word before. Indelibly onto your soul. Sorry guys, I'm just learning how to read for the first time apparently. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey. So pay attention. 2 hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about, wait, what? This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Okay, sorry. Again, just learning how to read for the first time. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. Yeah, you feel a really strong pull towards this person. And even if some of you are in separation from this person, like you feel them in the 5D. And it's a different level, because here's the thing. I've been in plenty of relationships, and I'm sure you have, where you can connect with someone's higher self and really feel them in the 5D and like sort of telepathically speak with them, but they're not consciously aware in the 3D that that's happening, right? Like they're not into that world, they don't understand it, etc. But you feel it, right? This is like one of the first and possibly only connections you've had in your life where you're connecting with their 5D self, but you know that they're consciously also connecting with your 5D higher self. And that is a feeling that you've never experienced before. You know what I'm actually picking up for some of you who select group number 3? For some of you watching, you've never met this person yet, which is the weirdest thing, because you would think that in the beginning of this reading, you selected your group based off of someone you already know, which you should have. That was the intention. And some of you guys are single, and we're actually talking about someone you haven't met yet, which is the strangest little thing. Now, it's not going to apply to everyone. In fact, for the majority of you, I think you already know who this person is, and you asked about them. But I just think that's so interesting. I don't know. Very, very interesting. Let's see what their card is. They have higher power. You got to be kidding me. Like, this feels like the 2 of you are almost spirit guides for the planet. And you were born into this world to do some field work, because it's easier to help people and influence them when you're down here with them. You know what I mean? So it feels like you both sort of descended into this planet, this lovely, beautiful planet, which you love, to help people out. So you have similar life missions and purposes and energies. And it's really showing in this reading. So higher power, let's read about it. Let's read about it. I'm not surprised this came out. Okay, here's the relationship message. It's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Notice the similarities in the messages that are coming through, the energies that are coming through. You are both very consciously spiritual people, consciously aware. Possibly you're both psychics or mediums or in that realm of things. And it's so strange to do a reading like this because usually, I'll tell you, like 99% of my readings, the people I'm reading for, the people, you guys who are watching are, can be fit into this category that we're talking about, but the people you're in relationships with and connecting with are not, okay? Usually they're asleep, they are not aware of that, or it's just not their mission, it's not their purpose in life. So it's very unusual for me to be doing a reading where I feel that both people in this connection are consciously aware of the more spiritual nature of life. And it's very refreshing. I love it. And, a part of my mission on this planet is to help awaken people to this spiritual connection. So it's just so nice to do this reading for you guys. Okay, I lost my spot. Let me see where I was at. Okay, deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. So that's sort of what their spirit guides are telling them at this time. You both feel really drawn towards one another. Again, we need to keep in mind that the whale spirit came out in reverse though. So maybe there's more to this than we're picking up right now. But this confirms the energy. You're both really drawn to each other. Now, Energy Oracle, you have third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. This is the solar plexus chakra of life force, energy, vitality. It's also a lower chakra, which connects you deeply to Mama Earth. And I think you're cool because, you value the more physical nature of relationships. And I think you grew out of the phase of chasing people. You recognize that it's important to have a connection in the 3D, in the physical, as well as the 5D. You know what I mean? Like, you were born here as a human and you deserve to be snuggled, to have that physical intimacy, to, have someone tell you, I love you, I'm here for you, to work out that like commitment, that sort of energy. You deserve that. And also, I think you know your worth as well. You've done quite a bit of soul evolution to know your worth and be able to receive that type of energy and sort of have some boundaries up with anyone who does not offer you that. Actually, your reading feels very similar to group number 1. So if you were drawn to group number 1, go ahead and watch them as well. But this is interesting. Okay. They have all tied up in reverse, which actually talks about them undoing certain things that were tying them up, that were preventing them from fully embracing this connection for what it is. I do wonder if this person was in denial at some point about just how meaningful, impactful, deep, and connected the two of you are. And I wonder if they made that realization recently that your bond is quite deep and actually goes beyond these sort of realms, these physical realms. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys as well. There is a bit of a sexual energy coming from your person towards you with the all tied up card. So they may think about you in a more animalistic way, I guess you could say, in a more sensual way, in a more kinky way. So there is that. I'm just letting you know. Your energy is the full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Beautiful. And theirs is waning moon. What do you need to release? Interesting. What do you need to release? All tied up, and it's in reverse, so it's like releasing stuff. Your person is in a state of letting go, of shedding things that no longer serve them. So I wonder if there were beliefs, negative beliefs, fears or something of that nature that was actually getting in the way of them fully exploring their feelings for you. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like their spirit guides are working with them at this time to release, to let go, because there may be something weighing them down and preventing them from seeing this relationship for what it is or exploring it as freely as they want to. So that's really interesting. Let's get some channeled messages from them. If you fall into the group where you don't know this person yet, I feel like they're just finishing up some karmic release at this time before they're going to be with you. For some of you, I wonder if you do know this person and your relationship is sort of in this temporary limbo, or maybe even separation or something, just a weird energy due to them having to release certain things that are weighing them down and fully waking up to their more spiritual side and the depth of this connection. You know, if you are someone who doesn't know this person, I don't know how effective this next part of the reading is going to be, because we're going to get some channeled messages. Oh, I forgot a rune. Okay, so the runes that came out for you. First, we have Awaz in reverse, and this rune represents ideas, but it really shows two horses sort of like pulling in the same direction. But when it comes out in reverse, it really indicates a connection where you and your person are a little bit out of step right now, and they may not be consulting you with like everything that's going on in their life. Like that harmony, that flow is not necessarily going in the same direction right now, and that may be causing some issues. There may be a lack of understanding between each other, or like even for in some cases a lack of like fully respecting the power of each other or the power of the connection itself. So I feel like your person may be a little bit in denial about just how deep this connection is, just how strong it is, and how connected you are spiritually. They may be doubting that a little bit. I also feel like they are making some misjudgments when it comes to this connection, and it feels, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, it feels like they're not communicating with you effectively or enough. So it's these little issues that are kind of throwing you and this person temporarily out of alignment. And that doesn't, when I say out of alignment, that doesn't mean like anything really negative or bad, but obviously for a lot of you, you are not currently with this person, whether you don't know them or whether you're just not with them right now. And that is because if something's not in your life, it is because it is not 100% in alignment with you currently. Okay, so we are seeing that. But then we go over and you have Perthro coming out for you upright. And this is the rune of chance, and it really does shine a positive energy, especially the fact that it came out as the second rune and the last rune. This person is definitely having psychic dreams about you. I want to say that first and foremost. Their mind keeps coming back to you. They're experiencing that sort of 5D connection that so many of us that watch tarot readings experience. You know what I'm talking about? Like where you intuitively feel drawn in to someone, or they're showing up in your dreams, you're getting readings on them. They are literally in that space as well, which is so nice. So nice to see, so nice to hear. And also this does shine a little bit of positive energy into the reading. They may be kind of seeing a future with you, and how that will play out, but they're kind of keeping to themselves a little bit at this time is what it feels like. And even these runes together, they kind of look like M-E, me, focus on oneself. So that's really interesting. I think your person could do a lot better at communicating with you. So let's see what their hidden thoughts and feelings towards you are, though. You and I were too young is coming out. For some of you, this is interesting. For some of you, this person may be an ex, or someone you had history with at a younger age, and you may have, over the years, it could have been years that you've seen this person or talked to them. You just never really shook them. I don't know, there's something about them, and they may randomly like keep showing up in your dreams here and there, and you may feel that they were really a soulmate and time may have passed, but it seems like there, obviously with age comes certain levels of maturity. And I, for one, have definitely been in connections that were soulmate connections in the past. And we were just too young and inexperienced to handle the intense sort of adult emotions and problems that come with every relationship, you know. and we weren't able to sustain it at the high level that it should have been sustained at, and so it separated, even though we were totally soulmates. And I don't know why I'm thinking of that now, because I feel like a lot of you may be in a similar place where if you had problems with this person in the past, whether that past be recent or a long time ago, it was because one or both of you were not at the level of maturity or had the experience to sustain this high level commitment, this high level connection, because this relationship runs much deeper than the average relationship. Like, this isn't just a physical relationship. This is extremely spiritual, like nearly telepathic, connected, like soulmate, twin flame type of relationship, whatever you want to call it. Very, very, very high level. And definitely one or both of you were not mature enough to handle this. Now, this is coming out as their channeled message to you. So I feel that the last time it didn't work out, and I don't know why I feel guided to say the last time, it could have only been one time it didn't work out or what have you. Like, I feel like it was because you might have been there, but they weren't. Weird. I'm getting actually a lot of different circumstances, because I am seeing for some of you, it was you who wasn't able to be there in the past. I don't know. I guess it could be either. But they're thinking like, we just weren't experienced enough, or like I messed up or you messed up because, we didn't have the right knowledge and experiences to sustain this in a healthy way. So they don't have any bad energy towards you. There's zero resentment. Like they're just like, yeah, we were young and dumb. We couldn't sustain this, but they still think about you. I left you before you could leave me. This may have been one of those immature human tactics that they expressed in the past, where they were fearful of being rejected, and they may have said something to sabotage the connection or reject the connection before they were rejected. Oh my gosh. Yeah, especially, wow, this is kind of similar to group number one, especially if they rejected you or were the ones to end the relationship. I don't think they actually wanted to do that. And this is so weird. I really think their fear of rejection was that strong that they were, and I just saw 555 on the clock, so this confirms it for me. Their fear of rejection was that strong that they would rather be the one to reject to protect their ego. Even a perfectly healthy and good relationship that had so much potential to develop, they would have rather rejected that or sabotaged it in some way than to embrace it, learn and grow together, talk things through, and explore these extremely deep feelings, and like ended up getting hurt and having you walk away from them. Wow. So if they could tell you exactly what they're feeling and thinking right now, they would tell you, I sabotaged this because I was afraid of getting rejected. Wow, I was too immature, I was too young. And they acknowledge that consciously in this present moment. They know they messed up. I will wait for a sign from you. I feel that they want to reach back out to you, but they're in their head about it. And again, keep in mind, they're coming from a place of fearing rejection. Okay, and they're acknowledging that fear of rejection consciously, which is a good sign. However, there's still some overcoming that needs to be done here. And so in their head, they're like, I don't even know if group number 3 wants to talk to me. They probably have their boundaries up, or if this person has never actually dated you or been with you, they may be shy. Because of that fear of rejection, they're trying to overcome. They're consciously aware of the problem, which is a great first step, but they're still overcoming it. So there is a little bit of shyness here where it's like, okay, I need a sign from group number 3 that they're interested, or they're not just going to completely flat out ignore me, reject me, or insult me. And here's the thing, guys. Now, if you want to give them an actual sign, like in the physical 3D realm, I think that would be great. But even if you just forgave them energetically and, really opened your heart up energetically to them coming back, I think this person would feel it, because they do seem very psychically aware, sensitive to energies. So if you're still in resistance to this person and having to tell yourself oh, they're a douchebag, they did this, they did that, and you still carry that sort of negative energy towards them, I don't think they're going to come forward because they can psychically pick up on that. It's almost like the second you sort of get over everything that happened and you make peace with this, you forgive them, you accept the situation for what it is, and you're happily moving along, it's almost like that's when they're going to come forward, because then there's no psychic blocks. Like, they don't feel any negative energy coming from you anymore. That'll be their sign, and they may come forward. So it's kind of up to you if you want this person to come forward to you. You can take either route or both routes. You can give them a literal sign by you reaching out, or I don't know, just like maybe a little something, whatever you want to do, a little flirtation. You just need to embody the energy of being open to this, not carrying any resentment towards the past, forgiving this person within yourself. That'll be their sign. But I think we're off to a good start here because they are consciously aware of what went wrong. For some of you, it's so weird. I'm seeing for some of you, the trouble, the ending, whatever, them leaving before you could leave, like, this may have happened years ago, and for others of you, I feel like this could have happened a few days ago. It's weird. So you're all on like completely different timelines. It doesn't matter though. Like, they're not going to come forward until they feel from your heart and soul that you want them to come forward. Oh my gosh. Okay, we had 3 cards come out. I bury myself in work to forget you. Yeah, I could see that. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. It was, they feel stupid and immature for letting you go. We need to let each other go. Wow. It's almost like you need to let it go in order for it to come back. And that applies to both of you in different ways. They needed to feel you not in their energy field and to miss you in order to want to come back and realize how stupid they were. And for you, you need to let go of them, what happened in the past, and move on, fully forgiving them, releasing the situation in order for it to come back to you. Because your hatred or anger or resentment towards whatever it is that they did, that is the energetic blockage keeping you guys separated. So it's like once you both fully let each other go, that's when your souls magically realign, because there is something stronger than the both of you connecting the two of you together. Wow. Crazy. And here's the thing, guys. Here's where it gets wild. You could go your entire life not forgiving this person, not talking to this person, etc. But if that's the case, I feel that you're still going to meet back up with this person in future lifetimes anyways, or in different worlds, in different realms. Like, they will come back up. Your business is not finished. You have karmic and soulmate ties to each other. The karmic ties are in the issues that lie between you. Soulmate ties are there forever, okay? And Spirit almost wants you both to get rid of those karmic attachments, those karmic ties, work through it in this lifetime. So that way you don't have to, keep reincarnating into issues. Like, let's figure it out in this lifetime is what I feel like your spirit guides are saying to both of you. So I would do, if I were you, I would do some forgiveness meditations towards this person. Move on energetically from the issues that you share with them in the past. If you want to reach out to them, you can. I feel like that would be an option. Or just energetically let go of the negativity you carry towards them and open your heart to any love that they have for you. Wow. I stay up late thinking about our connection. Yeah. They're still thinking about you for sure. Wondering, should I reach out? Should I not reach out? Realizing everything that they did wrong. And again, if you don't know this person, Actually, if you don't know this person, what we just said is very telling. If this is someone new coming in, they're not new. You have past life connections with them. And that may have happened to you in a past life where you were together, they rejected you out of fear of, being rejected, which is dumb and immature. And you guys may have never talked to each other again in that lifetime. And here you are manifesting each other back. And there will be some karma for you guys to release and let go of in this lifetime, if that's the case. Very interesting. But you are soulmates. There is that deep, deep, deep soul connection. And you guys are always drawn back towards each other. Okay, this whole pile came out, and I'm going to take these cards very loosely, like rapid fire. I am a player. I have no serious intentions with you. This may have been how they wanted to come across to you previously. Like, I don't have serious intentions. I'm letting go, blah, blah, blah. I'm very immature. We are soul family. We can stay together as long as we want. Exactly. You're always going to keep coming back to each other. You're soulmates. I am jealous. This is another human issue they need to overcome. My intentions are serious. I am blind to your signals and feelings. You need to be direct with me. And I am clingy and insecure. Wow. Yeah, these are the issues you had with this person previously, is what I'm seeing. It was weird. They were insecure, they were jealous, but instead of coming across that way, they may have a disorganized attachment style, which resonate, but they may be clingy, jealous, really wanting you, but instead of showing that, they end up trying to push you away, which I know is confusing, but it comes from a confusing upbringing and just complicated energies. So I think they are aware, though, of the issues, aware of their problems. Let's get some more channeled messages from them, from the Lovers Oracle. What would they tell you if they were completely open and honest about their feelings towards you, their energies towards you? I also feel like they may be watching you on social media, keeping up with you, jealous that they're not in your life. Oh my God, this card came out for every single group. You gotta be kidding me. Every group. Okay. Anything else? Going once, going twice. Yep, there was one that fell in my lap. Going, okay. There's a lot of cards here for you. This is the one that fell in my lap. All right. This came out for every group. It's a beautiful, beautiful image. It says, a message for you. I'm thinking of you at this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Beautiful message. Okay. We have this one coming out. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Oh boy, we have sexual union, which I told you earlier. This person has those feelings towards you. Look at that. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. There's such a deep spirituality about this connection. Really, your souls merge when you meet each other on such a deep level. We have this one right here, if the camera wants to focus, and it says balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And I feel like your relationship with them did challenge them to be better, to overcome some of their more human emotions that prevent love from coming in. And at first they may have ran from it. And, as long as you keep chasing, they're going to keep running. And I think a little talked about energy is even just carrying resentment or anger towards someone, frustration for someone, is keeping you in that energy of chasing. You still care so much about them, so much about what happened. Your energy's not over it. So even when you feel negatively towards someone, it perpetually does kind of keep you in that state of chasing. And it's not until you really fully release all of that, make peace with the situation, accept it for what it is, and move on, that your energy is then clear and you're no longer in a state of chasing. Beautiful. And then we have this one coming out, and it says, "It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself." So this is a huge message for you, I feel, with what we were just saying. Like, this is a time to release all the resentment you have towards this person. Even if you don't know them yet, like, release the resentment of them not being in your life right now. And enjoy your time alone. I would even say for some of you, like, stop looking at them on social media. Like, really just focus on your own beautiful life. And they're going to come back around one way or another, whether that's in this lifetime or the next. Yeah, let's get some final channeled messages from them. This is from the homemade oracle deck that I have. I love this deck so much. I should print it on, like, better paper. I should sell it to you guys. I think you would all love this. Like, this, I am honestly so proud of this. I love every single card. It's essentially the tarot deck, but for each card and what the card embodies, I channeled, like, a message that would come from divine counterparts or connections. So, all right, again, a lot of cards came out. Let's work through it. Okay, Temperance. I have so many emotions for you. It's hard to hold it together. I try to remain calm and unbothered on the surface. So yeah, this is the thing. This person has so many emotions for you, even jealousy, like insecurities. And because of those jealousies, those insecurities, that anxiousness, they try to come across like, oh, I don't care. Like, I'm a player. Like, I don't, whatever. And it's just like, no, you're... It's a disorganized attachment style. They're trying to be both emotional and practical. There's a strong emotional intensity they feel towards you. And you're going to have to both learn how to trust each other if this is ever going to work out. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. I want to come back. I feel like we are fated to be together. Yeah, I feel that so strongly from them. They want to come back into your life. They want to be with you. They feel the spiritual 5D connection, which is rare, okay? However, again, like right now, you, group number 3, should be focusing on yourself and releasing the resistance, the anger, any negative feelings you have towards them. Interesting. Surprise communication and visits. Strong intuition, unexpected reappearances, big unexpected changes, X comes back. For some of you, I just feel like this person may literally show up to your house or call you out of the blue, like no warning, no like text message like, hey, can we talk? No like text message like, hey, like, are you home? I'm coming over. Like, they may literally come out of the blue. However, I feel iffy giving you this message because I don't think it's 100% decided that they're going to do this yet. I feel like there is some energy work that needs to be done on your part before this happens, where you need to sort of forgive. Maybe doing like a deep forgiveness meditation will really help this connection out, like you doing that. And just setting your intentions with the spirit, like if you want them to come back, like energetically envisioning your energy opening up to them coming back. Or giving them some sort of sign or signal, because I feel like they're waiting for that sign or signal. We have the 6 of Pentacles. I want to support you any way I can. Gift giving, feeling connected, offering financial or physical help, genuine support, equal give and take. They may try to come back with some sort of gift. Like, I'm literally seeing flowers or something like that. Like, I'm sorry for everything that happened, which is really interesting. I feel like they're regretting. Here's the thing though, if they do come back in some way, I don't know if they're gonna be fully like healed and overcome the issues that like separated you in the first place. So there may still be some like jealousy or some resistance that they try to put up. It's the weirdest thing. It's like when they have intense feelings for someone, they sort of push that person away, which is not super healthy, but it's okay. We also have the Magician. Being in control is what makes me most comfortable. Exactly. Their feelings for you felt out of their control, and that's what made them push you away. So be aware of the accidental manipulator. They may also accidentally manipulate people for these same reasons. Know what you want and stand up for it. And here's the thing, guys. I feel like you see how impactful and great this person is to their friends, to their family. And it's just like, why do they act so differently around me? Why do they act argumentative, egotistical around me? And it's because their feelings for you are way stronger than those other people. It's like you could see the light in them, the good in them, when they're with their friends, their family, other people, because they don't have that emotional intensity towards those individuals. So I think their emotional intensity, like they get scared, they start acting up, it's weird, they feel out of control, it makes them act in dumb, immature ways. Know what you want and stand for it. I feel like that's a message for you guys. Know what you want in this connection with them and stand up for it. If they do try coming back, don't settle for something less than what you want. Goal-getter, charismatic, ambitious, charming lover. This person will express what they want, but are unlikely to compromise. So again, I don't know how evolved from this situation they're going to be when they try coming back. Okay. 2 of Cups. This connection is all consuming. Exactly. And that may have been their fear in the first place, because again, this connection is so deep spiritual. It may have literally scared them as well. And depending on how spiritually awakened they are, I feel like you shared some pretty paranormal or spiritual things with them. And if they weren't super awake to that life, that may have frightened them. Okay. I can't even begin to tell you the amount of times I have personally scared people with my connection, and the paranormal experiences that just follow me naturally. I've literally scared people away from me. So I wonder, I think they are in this world and those things don't necessarily scare them, but it may be a situation where you're 2 awakened individuals living and loving in a world of people who are more asleep than you. So to meet up with someone who is equally aware and awake may have been a very intense, spiritual, crazy experience that they felt was all-consuming. And because of that all-consuming energy, it's very intense, they may have ran away from it. But anyways, they feel the same way that you feel towards them. They want to deepen this commitment, new romance and strong passion with an equal give and take. They may declare their emotions and, again, mutual feelings. So that's really great. We have the 9 of Cups. I am pretty content on my own, but I feel like I'm missing something. And that something may be you. Yeah, this person misses you, straight up. And I think they're definitely going to come forward. Spirit is asking you to prepare yourself. If you do, in fact, want this, you should do some sort of meditation or ritual at this time, maybe after this reading even, or this evening, to forgive deeply. I would really spend time on this too, do a 30-minute meditation or something. It says, living your truth brings romance and friends, laughing together, happiness with where things are together, and this is an easy connection. So if this does come back around, I feel like it'll be a lot easier, because it almost had to experience, this person had to experience a sort of ego death. You guys had to sort of separate in order to find yourselves again. And it's every time you get back in touch with yourself, and become content and happy without the other individual, it's magically, miraculously, that's when it comes back around. And I don't mean that in a manipulative way, because sometimes that does happen with people who breadcrumb you, where it's you're starting to finally get over them and then they come back around. And in fact, maybe for some of you that was the case for a while, but there may have been some serious healing that took place in between. So I don't know, you just have to be very careful with this energy. And make sure that this person is serious when they come back around. The Hanged Man, I don't know if I can commit right now, and I fear you won't wait for me. This may have been what they said to you, or the impression that they gave you, where they didn't want to explore this deeper, or they made it seem like they didn't want to, they were commitment phobic. They were just this player who, doesn't want that. And you had to, or have to, go through a process of setting down your boundaries, standing up for what you want, and leaving this person in the dust if that's how they're going to approach it. Live your best life. Forgive them for not being in the same mature place that you are, and forgive them for not being able to handle an intense connection like this, and move on with your life. And it's once you're there, then it suddenly comes back around. I don't know, it's so strange. But again, for some of you, they're gonna try coming back, and this is it's half and half. They'll either try coming back evolved and ready, or they're gonna try coming back because they miss your energy, and they're gonna try to convince you to stay in some sort of contact or connection where you're not getting what you want, and they're not committing or whatever. So it'll look different for everyone watching. We have Justice. I am trying to remain balanced and objective. So approaching this connection from a place of integrity, work and relationships are balanced. There will be a positive outcome, equal give and take. We keep seeing that. And finding balance between emotions and practical matters. We have Knight of Swords. I have an obsessive personality. I am always looking for change and growth. This also tells me that this person like really feels like their connection to you is all consuming when you guys are together, when you guys interact with each other, like, and that scares them, you know? But if they decide to come back, they're going to dive headfirst into it. Quick starting relationships tend to burn out just as quickly. So that may have been the pattern you were in with this person, where you'd have intense moments together and then it would quickly burn out, or you wouldn't hear from them. It may have been hot and cold, inconsistent. So a part of the journey was you saying enough is enough. Like, I want consistency, I want commitment, not happening, going your separate ways, and them realizing that they're an idiot and etc. The story goes on. Always start in drama, reckless communication and actions, rushing too quickly into this. That's where they were at. It's going to be very iffy when they come back, if they come back in this lifetime. If you want them to come back, it'll be iffy where they're going to be at. So be open-minded, be sharp. Four of Swords, I am healing and reflecting right now. We need to pause this temporarily. I should probably get therapy. LOL. Exactly. In separation, recovering from past and present stress, needing a time to rest, needing space mentally, taking a break. I think during this space, like, it'll be good for them because they'll be able to really clearly reflect on how they handled you and this connection in the past, where they went wrong, etc. So, I mean, again, and we had that card here of it's important to take a step back right now and spend time alone. Spirit separated you, wants you to be separated, so that way you can both like form your own happiness on your own individually. And then the final message is Six of Cups. I look back at our memories with fondness. You feel like an old friend, past life connections. We saw that. Comfortability, thinking of you, nostalgic, revisiting memories. Yeah, they really miss you guys. They do think about reconnecting with you, talking to you. They feel like if they were to come back and talk to you, there's a high chance that they may get rejected or hurt, which is, you know, intrinsically what they are afraid of and try to avoid. So that is definitely a blockage. At the same time, they're consciously aware of their issues, where they went wrong, and the healing that they still need to do to this day. And so, yeah, I feel like this is maybe a frustrating reading for some of you. I feel like they will come back if you're open to it. However, I do not feel like it's going to be tomorrow. I do not feel like it's going to be this week. It might be in a few months. Okay? I am seeing that. Like, it may be in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, maybe even in another lifetime. So again, get comfortable with moving on, essentially, living your best life, and giving this person the space, the time that they need to grow and evolve. Because whatever separate, and you know what, here's the thing. If you already have had a few years, few months in separation with this person, then yeah, they might come back this week, who knows? But like, it's gonna take some time in separation for this person to realize where they went wrong. And also for you to realize where you went wrong as well, and the mistakes you made, because it's definitely, you know, it takes two to tango. But people don't just change overnight. That's what I'm trying to say here. Like, this connection is one that is very spiritually intense. It comes in your life, it comes back out of your life, because the two of you cannot sustain the high level intensity that is native and natural to this connection. And you'll both have to go your separate ways to do your own healing, your own maturing. And then, you know what? The universe is going to bring you guys back together and say, are you guys ready to handle it this time around? If you are, great. If not, it'll fall back apart again. And you may have already been through this cycle once or twice with this person, maybe even a few times with this person. So yeah, I mean, this is a hard to predict reading. You may never talk again for the rest of your life. You may talk again soon. You may talk again in a few months, a few years. So I know that's annoying, but what can I say? So thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. And go check out my second channel, Spirit Psychic Tarot, if you want some daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, quarterly zodiac readings for each of the zodiac signs. So thank you guys. Bye-bye.